to Tana. Tana swings and drives it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder Hill, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, Jose Tana on the top of the 10th. A nice little pass there to his man, and that's no good by Daniels. Now bringing it back up is McCollum. Will stop. 3 again. And again he drains it. 11-2 Wizards. 3 threes in a row. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders! Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown!
District Nation broadcasts are brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Now, here's District Nation.
And welcome in everybody to District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast right here on District Nation. This is brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel, and answer into the poll, who do you think is going to win this game? Welcome in everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in as the Washington Nationals will take on the Arizona Diamondbacks for the first game of a 3-game set. Hello everybody, welcome in. And as we're seeing right here, we got a nice little homestand right here. The Washington Nationals will return home for the first time in the second half. And this is a team who, if they could start lighting up at home, could realistically find a way into the playoffs. And that's that last key. The bullpen's getting better. You're seeing the offense staying hot. You're scoring runs. If you can start winning at home, this team is a very dangerous threat for October, or at least late September, to make some noise. I would really like to see that from this team. A team that has been having a playoff drought really since 2019. They haven't been in the playoffs since. They really haven't been competitive at all. 2021, you started off well, but now this team is giving you flashes, that glued type of team, because this offense is really homegrown. You got Luis Garcia Jr., who's been in the system, obviously the first name. James Wood, another name that immediately pops to the head. CJ Abrams, 3 guys who are in the system. They're homegrown to this point since 2022. This is a process, and Paul DeBoni is starting to glue it together, and the pieces are there. It is showing. The Nationals are back in D.C., and at D.C., they are 20-31. So it's not great to be here in D.C. They're better on the road. They're road bandits, 32-20. I mean, those are really good numbers. But here they go, the opener strategy. Carson Palmquist will open up for the Washington Nationals right here. 0-1 with an 8.74 ERA. That is really my question. This is going to be his 5th start of the year, and his 8th game worked. I really don't see why we're using the opener strategy right here for Zach Littell, who will be the bulk reliever today. I'm really confused. I honestly am confused. What is the rationale here? He has not been good as an opener. The team has not been dominating. When he comes out, Zach Littell does not do great following him. They wanted to use it before using Michaelis and Littell. Signed them to be bulk relievers by this point. I think Butera and Taboni see something in there. They see that they will be good as bulk relievers instead of starters, so there's obviously something there. You want to know what it is, though. That's the point, because Carson Palmquist is not your guy right now to be the opener. You really don't want to use Cosgrove or Crook to do that, because then you're going to fall into the P.J. Pullen trap, where you're using your best bullpen arm to do this. Right now, pulling out, your 2 best pitchers right now are probably Crook and Cosgrove. Cosgrove, a very good arm. I do not have much trust in Beater in the 9th inning. I would rather see Cosgrove work these late inning situations where Cosgrove has a save now and Riley Cornelio has a win. So this bullpen is starting to figure it out just a little bit. The team is starting to figure it out. So things are working. That's the biggest thing. This team is working. The team is working. The construction is working. So we're just a few minutes away from first pitch here. We'll get you going with the starting lineups before this game gets underway. And hope everyone notices the screen is bigger now. The screen all the way goes to the end of the screen. Before it was kind of cut off the background. It was kind of cut towards the end. Here it extends all the way out. And I really like this background. It's a really cool background. So be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, everybody, if you were just coming in. So here we go. This is an exact rematch from June 6th, this pitching matchup. Eduardo Rodriguez went 6 1/3 that game. 5 innings worked out of Littell. The big thing, though, 4 runs for Rodriguez and only 1 for Littell. So he got the win. As a starter, Littell has 13 games. As a reliever, he has 7. He has a 6.64 as a starter and a sub-3 as a reliever. So here we go. The Washington Nationals and Diamondbacks are wearing special hats for the Baseball Hall of Fame. So the Diamondbacks are wearing an alternate white one with purple trim, kind of, with a purple logo, that is. And then the Washington Nationals will be wearing their alternate blue jerseys with a red DC hat with a blue brim. So some special hats here. Nationals Park filling up, getting a lot of fans here into DC as we're just a few minutes away from first pitch here. Thank you so much for tuning into District Nation tonight. Stadium is filling up. Excited to see this place get loud for their first home game since the All-Star break, which means it's been a minute. It has been a while since this team was at home. It has been a hot minute since we've been at home and the Nationals returning home. I was at the last home game. It was electric. You had Abimelec Ortiz making his debut. You still get the loss. You had to lose to the Yankees. Not good in that case, but now the Washington Nationals trying to get in their first win at home since July 8th. Not June 8th. It hasn't been a month and a half, but you haven't won since June 8th at home because you had that 3-game loss. Then all games on the road after the All-Star break. And now you're here on June 24th or July 24th trying to get a win. Just get a win on the board. That would be really nice right here. Throw up a couple runs on the board. Make it easy on Littell, who have Palmquist open for him. So if Littell has great numbers working out of the bullpen, my first thought is just let Palmquist work an inning. Don't think about anything else. That's really my opinion there. Don't let Carson Palmquist fall into the trap of working 1 2/3 and he doesn't do well that last inning. It's not worth it. Throw Zach Littell in the second inning. Let him dominate out of the bullpen because he's been decent out of the bullpen. So here we go. We're just about 4 minutes away from first pitch here. So let's get going with the starting lineups right here. Starting with the road team, that's going to be the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're 54-49. They're second in the NL West, and they're 11 games behind. It's crazy to see second place being 11 games behind, but that's how it is. So leading it off is going to be Ketel Marte, the second baseman. Batting second is going to be the right fielder, Corbin Carroll. Batting third is going to be the shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo. Batting fourth is going to be the catcher in today's game, Gabriel Moreno. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado. Nice to see a familiar face right there. Batting sixth in left field, the former Philly, Max Kepler. Batting seventh is going to be the first baseman in today's game, Tyler Locklear. Batting eighth is going to be the designated hitter in today's game, Adrian Del Castillo. And batting ninth, he's the center fielder in today's game. That's Tim Tawa, who's only hitting .220 in 109 at-bats. And on the mound is going to be Eduardo Rodriguez. He's 8-3 with a 2.62 ERA. He pitched against the Nationals on June 6th of this season, so just about a month and a half ago, he saw some time. We're going to be 80 degrees at first pitch here, so just partly cloudy. No really threats for rain at all, so we're going to be able to get a full game here. So, yeah, it's going to be nice. Once again, for the Diamondbacks, that's Marte, Carroll, Perdomo, Moreno, Arenado, Kepler, Locklear, Del Castillo, Tawa, with Rodriguez on the mound. And now, the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals for manager Blake Butera. Leading off, the left fielder, number 29, James Wood. Batting second, the third baseman, number 45, Curtis Mead. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 87, Andres Chaparro. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 5, CJ Abrams. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 3, Dylan Cruz. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 30, Jacob Young. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 17, Harry Ford. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 2, Luis Garcia Jr. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 26, Nasim Nunez. And on the mound for your Washington Nationals, number 51, Carson Palmquist. That is the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals. Let's get going, everybody. Charge! So Palmquist out there warming up wearing the alternate blue jersey. The Hall of Fame Nationals hat is a red hat with a blue brim. It has the Nationals DC logo on it. It is not this or the curly W. It's the DC logo. So it's a D. See the logo, classic logo there. Fifth start for Palmquist. His eighth game, he's 0-1 with an 8.74 ERA over 11 1/3. Vikings fan is here. He says, yo, District, who's in after Palmquist? Taking the mound after Palmquist will be Zach Littell. So we go, everybody. Just got to bump this up right here. So in after him is going to be Zach Littell. So Mattel will take over after Zach Littell, after Palmquist. So Palmquist, then Littell. Hopefully we see from Cornelio. So here we go, everybody. Let's go. We just gained a subscriber up to 723. Thank you so much for joining. So here we go. Looks like the Nats are winning the poll to get us going right here. It's going to be Ketel Marte to get this series going, this 3-game series, and a 6-game homestand for the Washington Nationals. So righty Marte is going to get us going. So here we go, everybody. Let's go. So the Diamondbacks really are a good team. I mean, 54-49. They do have a very good team. This is a playoff team, so this is a test for the Nationals right here. Can they hold on with a playoff team? So here we go, everybody. Going to get underway right here on District Nation. Let's go right here. Ketel Marte to face the righty Palmquist to get this one underway. Righty Ketel Marte, lefty Palmquist. Palmquist sets. First pitch to Ketel Marte is going to be swung on and missed on a cutter. And it's an 0-1 count. We are underway here just about 1 minute late at 6:46 p.m. This home stand is underway. After being on the road for 6 games, the Nationals are back home in Washington, D.C. Palmquist sets. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. He's out in front of a sweeper, and it'll be an 0-2 count. Palmquist does not throw hard at all, and Marte feeling it right there. Marte's probably used to leading off games against electric starters through gas. Right here, a guy who's going to throw it very slow. So it'll be 0-2 here. Palmquist against Marte. Here's the pitch from Palmquist. Way outside. Ball 1 with a sweeper. Nowhere close with that one.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So it will be a 1-2 here. Palmquist looks in for a sign right here. He comes set. He waits. Now the 1-2 to Marte. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul to 1-2 again here. Looking at the Nationals field a little bit. In the infield, you got Luis Garcia Jr. at first, Nasim Nunez at second, CJ Abrams is at short, and Curtis Mead is your third baseman today's game. Wood, Young, and Cruz from left to right are the outfielders. The 1-2 from Palmquist. Swinging a foul back into 1-2 again right here. So Palmquist working against Ketel Marte here, former All-Star. Guy who has just been great over his career. He's hitting .258 this season, but a guy who's traditionally a really good hitter. And there's a reason why he's in the leadoff spot right here. Even though he is a righty, they're not going to go the traditional lefty, especially against a lefty opener. The 1-2, swing and a miss at a sweeper low in the zone. Carson Palmquist sets down Ketel Marte for the first out on the evening, being a strikeout. Carson Palmquist gets the outing going well with a strikeout. He's done that before to start games. Let's see if he can keep this up right here. And that's Marte, who has been hitting .258 with a .313 on-base percentage, and he's only struck it out 63 times this year. The pitch to Carroll is inside, ball 1 with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 1-0 count now. Carroll up to the plate, hitting .251, 15 home runs, 49 runs driven in. Palmquist sets. Here comes the 0-1 to Carroll. In there, called. Strike 2 with a sinker, so it will be a 1-2 count now. Or, 1-1 count. That has to be 1-2. I don't know why they're saying it's a 1-1, but it will be a 1-1, I assume. Palmquist comes set. Here comes the pitch to Carroll. That's way inside, ball 2, and it is a 2-1 count now. Corbin Carroll, a good hitter, and in the past has had some great seasons. He hit .259 in 2025, where he hit 31 home runs and only 84 RBIs. Not too many options for him to hit RBIs with this Diamondbacks team. The 2-1 is low and away, ball 3 with a sweeper, so it will be a 3-1 count now. Can't get the call that time. I mean, these jerseys, you call them throwbacks for the Nationals right here. The red hat with a blue jersey, that isn't a jersey. Even the style of it with the Hall of Fame cap, that is not a jersey style the Nats have worn in years. The 3-1 is called. Strike 2, the sinker clips the low and out part of the zone, so it will be a 3-2 count. That is not a style they have worn in really years, since 2019, since that playoff run. Maybe 2021 they wore it a little bit. Coming sets Palmquist. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch. That's high and in, ball 4, so Carson Palmquist walks Corbin Carroll. I mean, Corbin Carroll is really probably the reason that you have this opener strategy going, a good lefty hitter. It's kind of annoying to see him get walked by Palmquist right there. That was the guy you wanted him to face, was Corbin Carroll right there, because the first two guys are going to hit from the right side, or at least their switches or righties. So Palmquist is really in there to face Carroll and to make him switch around from sides as Carroll starts with a good lead. Here's the first pitch to Perdomo, and that's going to be low ball one with a sinker. So it will be a 1-0 count to Perdomo now. Geraldo Perdomo up to the plate right here. Coming set is going to be Palmquist. He's at 13 pitches now. Here comes the 1-0 from Palmquist. He waits, now the 1-0 pitch, and this one is going to be in there, called strike one with a sweeper, sweeps to the inside corner. On the year this year, 236 average, 7 home runs over 99 games for Geraldo Perdomo. Palmquist comes set. Here comes the 1-1 from Palmquist. Here's the pitch. Perdomo takes a sinker in there, called strike to the lone inside corner, so it will be a 1-2 count. I wonder how Palmquist feels about Harry Ford, because he played at AAA Rochester as well, and Ford made a lot of the pitchers look good past couple years this year. With Rochester, only 7 appearances for Palmquist, 2 of them being starts. He worked 11 innings over there, gave up 5 runs over the time, so it'll be a 1-2. Palmquist sets. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is fouled on the third base line. That time, Perdomo was about a week early on that curveball. So do 1-2 again right here. 1-2 here with a 1 out in the top of the first. Just getting started here from DC for this Friday night baseball game. So it'll be a 1-2. Palmquist comes set. The 1-2 to Perdomo. Here's the pitch from Palmquist. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, but foul, and we'll do 1-2 again. He was early on that one once again. I mean, if he's early on these sweepers, you got to think he's going to ramp him up, go to a fastball anytime soon. Notable name to know about this Diamondbacks team, former Nat Ildemaro Vargas is on this team, a utility guy who's had a better season, really. He's been playing better as the util guy. Here comes the 1-2 from Palmquist. The pitch to Perdomo, and he'll go over to first, back in safely as Carroll. The throw pulled Garcia off the bag a little bit down the line. Maybe nervous for a second. Sometimes little plays like that can make you nervous, so we'll do 1-2 again right here. Ildemaro Vargas having a decent season as a utility guy, a guy who's played in 89 games and 270 average. Good numbers. The 1-2. Upstairs, ball to Carroll on the move, and Ford drops the ball. So they're going to probably give Corbin Carroll a stolen base right here. He swipes the bag. So there's runners at second here with 1 out. Corbin had a good jump on Palmquist. Ford jumped up like he was going to throw it, and then he dropped the ball. So they're going to give Corbin Carroll his 12th stolen base on the year right there. So Harry Ford, getting up to throw it, just didn't get a good grip on the ball. So it'll be 2-2 here. Palmquist sets. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive left field, and foul once again off the net. So do 2-2 right here. Again, good AB by Perdomo now, really making Carson Palmquist work to get these outs. You never want to see that. He's only thrown 1 fastball in the AB too, and it was for a ball, so he didn't chase. He was quiet that time. It'd be 2-2 to Perdomo. Here's the pitch. That's low and in ball 3, but Ford keeps it in front, so it will be a 3-2 count. 3-2 here with 1 out. Biggest series of the year in District's calling it. Wow, let's go. What up, District? I don't think it's the biggest series of the year. That's an overstatement. It's important, but we don't need to call it the biggest series of the year. It is very important, though. Palmquist comes set. It'll be a 3-2 to Perdomo. Here's the pitch from Palmquist. Inside, ball 4. So Perdomo's going to take a walk right here. Back-to-back walks for Carson Palmquist now. That is not what you want to see from the opener. 2 walks in the first and a pitch count high. But this will force Blake Butera probably to only throw him about an inning. So this will bring up Gabriel Moreno right here with 2 men on and only 1 out here. So Moreno will step up. I think this is a very important series, Dan. Very important. Thank you so much for tuning in for it. Whatever you want to call it. But me personally, I do not think it's most important. Palmquist sets. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be way inside. Ball 1 with a cutter. So it'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 1 out. Today, you're probably going to see a lot of action for the bullpen. A starter in Littell who doesn't go long, and then Palmquist combined with him maybe for 6 innings. Here comes the 1-0 from Palmquist, and that's going to be just up and away ball 2 with a 90-mile-an-hour sinker, so it'll be a 2-0 count. This would be a good time to send out Simon Matthews. Just talk to him, figure it out. In my opinion, it'd be a good time to send him out. And up to the plate, Gabriel Moreno, who is a very good hitter. Coming set's going to be Palmquist. Here comes the pitch. And Moreno takes a cutter called strike one on the lone inside corner. So it will be a 2-1 count. So Moreno takes a pitch inside he thought would be a ball. That's called a strike. Over 76 games for Gabriel Moreno. He's hitting .309. And that's due to some injured list problems. That was put on the IL on April 14th, returned on May 1st. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. He's out in front of the sweeper. Loses his helmet on the swing. So it will be a 2-2 count. Took a huge hack at the Palmquist sweeper and swings right through it. He's a day early. Wow. Once again, a guy who's early on the Palmquist sweeper. That's what happens when you go from a 90-mile-an-hour sinker, so a little movement on a faster pitch, to a 74-mile-an-hour sweeper that is just going to be annoying. So it'll be 2-2 here. Palmquist looks in for his sign right here. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Moreno. Here's the pitch from Palmquist. Swinging a fly ball. This one is touched out to center. Coming in is Young. Going out is Abrams. That's going to drop for a base hit. Corbin will move up to third. Throw to second. He's out! Rounding. What was Perdomo doing right there? That play was not a force. Perdomo rounded second too far, so they fired it back to second, and a tag play to get out Geraldo Perdomo, who started back a little bit, then started rounding second, headed for third. He slipped. So he kind of slipped on the ground, so Young can just fire it back to Nunez for out number 2. Wow. So that is a base hit. They're going to probably give him a base hit. Perdomo round second, slips trying to get back so they can fire it over to Nunez to lay the tag on Perdomo for out number 2. Interesting events right there is that pitch to Arenado is outside, ball 1 for a sweeper. It's ball 1. Moreno has a base hit. Perdomo gets to second, then is out on the 8-4 putout. Moves Carroll up to third, so there's runners on the corners here with 2 away. And up to the plate here is Nolan Arenado, a very dangerous hitter. Here's the 1-0 from Palmquist. Arenado takes a cutter in there, called strike 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count. Dalton's here. He says, what's up, District? Have a great rest of your stream. What's up, Dalton? Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Palmquist comes set. It'll be a 1-1 to Arenado. Here's the pitch. And Arenado takes a sinker lone in ball 2, so it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. Top of the first. Already a chaotic first for Palmquist. About to throw pitch number 30. Very chaotic inning for him. Nolan Arenado has had a very long, successful career. Coming sets Palmquist, the 2-1 to Arenado. Swinging a ground ball. This is foul, so it'll be 2-2 down the third base line. This year, though, he has 14 home runs, on pace for a little less than 26. So he has, in his career, hit up to 42 home runs in a year, though. That was in 2015, 42 home runs. 41 in 2019. Had a great year that year, hitting .315. I mean, that's MVP caliber. Guy who's been an all-star a lot of times. Coming sets Palmquist. It'll be a 2-2 to Arenado. Here's the pitch. That's lone in ball 3. He did not go, so it'll be a 3-2 count. He started the swing on the lone inside corner, but he doesn't go. He's been an NL All-Star all years, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. So all those 5 years. And then 2021 through 2023, 3 years in a row with the Cardinals. So it'll be a 3-2 to Arenado. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, right back to Palmquist. He makes the play, jogs it over to first, and flips it up to Louie for out number 3. So Carson Palmquist gets out of it squeaky clean. Not the best inning. I mean, going to be a tough box score to read. 1 hit in the inning, a couple walks. But in the end, he takes care of it with only 2 runners left on base and no runs. So into the bottom of the first, everybody. Arizona nothing. Washington coming up right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go, everybody, as we head to the bottom of the first. It'll be Wood, Mead, and Chappie for the bottom of the first. Chaparro, the DH today. Wood, left fielder. Mead, the third baseman. It's worth mentioning Chaparro with the hot streak he's on. Andres Chaparro, what are you going to do about it? So, just a really good hitter. Eduardo Rodriguez will take the mound, a lefty on the mound. I bet Wood swinging first pitch right here. I bet Wood hacks. I said, I know no one's going to believe me. DN Dad is not here to confirm it, but if he ever comes, I will have him confirm it. There was a time, that Cam Schlittler game, and I think it's just the Cam Schlittler game. It was that game in general. That was a game, the Cam Schlittler game at least. I said that morning, it was 8 a.m., we got up to go to the game. I think it may have been 9 a.m., something amazing. I don't remember what I was thinking about. Why? But I said he would swing first pitch, and he did. We all know what he did that game. So I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to say anything else. Not going to say anything else. I'm just going to say he's hacking. So if you remember what happened, Cam Schlittler, James Wood, let's just say on the first pitch of the game, it was 1-0 after Schlittler threw a high fastball and in to James Wood. So not saying anything, just going to say that for now. So here we go, bottom of the first. James Wood in the Blue Nats jersey will lead it off. Should have worn the blue today. Wore the City Saturdays instead. Wanted to kind of wear this for a stream today. Just felt like wearing it. And it is the one jersey that I got on my birthday. So James Wood, Meade, and Andres Chaparro. James Wood, who's had a great season, hitting 270, 28 home runs, very well deserving of the All-Star selection. And I'm still going to argue he definitely deserved to start over some of the other starters there. Maybe not over Pajes, but Jordan Walker and James Wood should have started. As Eduardo Rodriguez, who's having his 21st start right here, he's 8-3 with a sub-3 ERA at 2.62, with 116 and a 2/3 innings worked, only 82 strikeouts. Kind of pitches to contact there. First pitch to James Wood, and Wood swinging a ground ball through the hole in the right field. He was hacking first pitch, and he ropes a base hit in the right field. James Wood gets the game going well with a base knock. So Wood just ropes the first pitch, gets a nice pitch from Rodriguez in the zone. He gets early on it and drives into right field. Wood you'll see on the first pitch a lot is early. You'll see that. If he's hacking first pitch, he's usually early. He's not really going to go oppo taco much on the first pitch. He's usually thinking base hit there or pulling the ball. So I'm going to bring up Curtis Meade right here as Rodriguez set at the belt now. First pitch to Curtis Meade. Meade takes a pitch up and in, ball one, so it's a 1-0 count now. Curtis Meade, another guy who I thought could have been in all-star conversations with the way he performed and the way he's performing now, just having a breakout season. 17 home runs. That's all I'll say for now. Here comes the 1-0 to Meade. Swing and a miss right through a fastball, and it'll be a 1-1 count. 48 runs driven in, a 258 average, but we didn't trade for this guy for his average. In fact, we didn't really know what we were getting out of that. I mean, the trade was so under the table. Boston Smith, Curtis Meade. All we gave up was Boston Smith. Here's the 1-1. And Meade fouls this one off. It'll be a 1-2 count. So we got this guy, Curtis Meade. I know on the other side he's raking for the White Sox minor league level. I know that Boston Smith is doing well. But yeah, we have Curtis Meade over this month of July is hitting 400. So, and overall hitting 258 and is on a stretch of 440 over his last 7 games. The 1-2 to Meade, swinging a fly ball foul. We'll do 1-2 again right here. I mean, a lot of guys just seem to be on hot stretches. Just guys randomly there. You got Meade, who's on a stretch. Chaparro, who's on a stretch. Abrams on a stretch. You got Harry Ford in the 7-hole. Louis, who's been raking all season long. Coming set is Rodriguez. It'll be a 1-2 to Meade. Here's the pitch to Curtis Meade. Meade takes a pitch upstairs, ball to the sinker. So it'll be a 2-2 count. 2-2 with no outs, bottom of the first. Meade versus Rodriguez, a lefty-righty matchup. Meade the righty in that matchup. Rodriguez set at the belt. The 2-2. Meade swinging a foul ball back. We'll do 2-2 again right here. I think the key here is working into Rodriguez's pitch count, get hits off of him. He's not going to strike out too many guys, work ABs against him. He's used to his pitch count probably being a little high, so you got to get it high. You got to work ABs against him. Give him some stress, get runners on, especially runners at first that he sees who can steal bags. Here's the 2-2 to Curtis Meade. Here's the pitch. Meade swings and pops this one up. Infield, now into foul ground. It's the first baseman, Locklear. He's under it, and Locklear will make the catch for out number 1 in foul ground. So that's out number 1 now in foul ground. So Curtis Meade flies out to the first baseman in foul territory. So there's 1 out. That'll bring up Andres Chaparro. Let's go. We just gained another subscriber up to 724. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Andres Chaparro, we mentioned another hot stretch. This is a red-hot stretch the way he's playing over his last few. 353 over his last 7 games with 3 home runs. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. First pitch and swung on, hits a left field. That's a base hit. Wood rounding second, gonna head for third. Left fielder Kepler will pick it up. He'll fire this one in. Kind of loopy. James Wood into third. Chaparro into second. Andres Chaparro delivers with a double down the line. There's runners at second and third here with 1 out. Andres Chaparro getting it going with a double to left field.
Let's go! Let's go!
Chaparro, that ball's not hit hard. That ball's not smoked, and it's not hit past Kepler. That's hit in front of Kepler and down the line, so he has to range over to get it. And Chaparro has himself a double down the line. Let's go. We just gained 2 subscribers, up to 726. So that'll bring up CJ. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Abrams takes a curveball away, ball 1, so it'll be a 1-0 count. That's a nasty curveball, though. Has some sweet movement. So runners at second and third here with 1 out. And Abrams up to the plate. Here's the 1-0 to CJ. Abrams takes a sinker inside, ball 2, and it will be a 2-0 count now. Thank you so much for that 2 new subscribers. We're now up to 726, and we're only 4 away from 730. So it'll be 2-0 here to CJ. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Abrams swinging a fly ball. Third base side. Arenado looking for it in foul ground. He's under it. He can't make the catch as that one goes out of play. So it will be a long foul ball, and it's up to a 2-1 count now. Lucky fan from Waco, Texas gets to hold on to that ball. So it'll be 2-1 here with 1 out. A mom immediately taking a picture of that fan as he gets the ball. Some of the fans are kind of inching away from it. You got to put your hands up by that point. If you want a ball, you got to be ready for it. And that's my opinion. Let's go. Just getting another subscriber up to 727. Here's the 2-1 to Abrams. And Abrams swings and fouls this one off. And it's a 2-2 count now. Fernando Lopez is here. He says, let's go Washington, USA. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in, Fernando. And we're up to 728. So we're just 2 away from 730 now. Thank you so much for tuning in, Fernando, if you're a Nats fan. So to be 2-2 here. Rodriguez into the wind. Comes the 2-2 to Abrams. Abrams swinging a miss at a changeup low. He had a reach to try to get that one. And that's out number 2. And a strikeout for Eduardo Rodriguez. He puts away Abrams on the strikeout. So 2 outs now. Runners at second and third for Dylan Cruz here with 2 away. Thanks for subscribing, Playmaker. And Butch, thank you so much to both of you for subscribing. Now Rodriguez will go into the wind here. First pitch to Dylan Cruz, and that's low and in, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-0 count to Dylan Cruz up to the plate after that 87-mile-an-hour changeup couldn't hit. Let's go up to 729 subscribers. Fernando throwing the baseballs in the chat. Let's go. I agree, Fernando. Let's go. Rodriguez into the wind. The 1-0 to Cruz is in there. Called. Strike 1 with a fastball. Clips the outer part of the zone. So it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 2 outs. Rodriguez facing Cruz. He'll go into the wind right here. Here comes the 1-1 to Dylan Cruz. And Cruz takes a fastball inside, ball 2, so it's a 2-1 count. Moreno doesn't want the challenge. That looked like it may have clipped the zone. With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, Dylan Cruz hitting .292. 7 for 24 with a double and a home run as well. Here's the 2-1 to Cruz. Swing and a miss at a high fastball, and it's a 2-2 count now. Great play calling, bro. Thank you so much, Fernando. Thank you so much for the kind words. So Dylan Cruz up to the plate here. I say it every time I watch him, it's the average. If you're just joining me new, if you're just joining District Nation for the first time, watching a Watch It Fly broadcast for the first time, he's hitting .214, a sub-300 on base percentage. Always sad to see. The 2-2 to Cruz. Swinging a fly ball foul. We'll do 2-2 again. Moreno, the catcher, initially set up high on that one, trying to go with the high pitch right there. So do 2-2 again right here. 2-2 here with 2 outs, bottom of the first. So far, mostly fastballs in this AB as well as a changeup. Here's the 2-2 to Cruz, and that's low ball 3 another time, but changeup. So it will be a 3-2 here. Chaparro at second, Wood at third. A chance for the Nationals to be able to strike first here in this game. It's always nice for the Nationals to get on the board at first. They score a lot of first inning runs. The way that first inning went where Palmquist had a long inning, the Diamondbacks are probably showing off their fight here, so it's important the Nationals get on the board. The 3-2, and Cruz fouls this one away again. Good job by the Nationals kind of responding to Palmquist having a high pitch count first inning. They're going to give Rodriguez 21 pitches here in the first inning, and just in this AB, Cruz has seen 7. Working a great AB right here. So 3-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Rodriguez goes into the wind right here. It'll be a 3-2 to Dylan Cruz. Here's the pitch. Cruz swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Tawa, but he's a few steps in front of the track, and he will make the catch route number 1. Cruz gets a good piece of that one, sends it to center, but it is caught by Tawa for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So 2 hits in the inning, no runs, and 2 runners left on base. So 2 runners left in scoring position. So that'll end the inning, everybody. We are done with 1 here in D.C. Arizona nothing, Washington nothing, right here on District Nation. Let's check out the other matchups that are going to happen tonight around the league. Checking out the other scores around the league, getting you ready so you don't have to leave. Go check ESPN. You can hear them right here. I keep you updated with all those as much as I can. So Cam Schlittler started against the Phillies tonight. I thought he'd get the start tomorrow, and I'm going to the game tomorrow, so I thought he would there. In the top of the third, Cubs and Pirates 0-0. In the bottom of the second, Tigers beating the Royals 2-0. Bottom of the second, Yankees and Phillies all up at 0. In the middle of the first, Braves Orioles just getting underway. Guardians Rays just underway in the top of the first as well. Getting ready to begin is the Dodgers Mets, same with the Padres and Marlins, as well as the Blue Jays at Red Sox. At 7:40, you'll have the Astros and the White Sox, Arrighetti versus Martin. Then Miller versus Gore in the Mariners-Rangers game at 8:05 p.m. At 8:10 p.m., you got Athletics Twins. At 8:15, Reds Cardinals. 10:15, so you got to jump from 8:15 to 10:15. You got Angels Giants. One final score already. Rockies beat the Brewers 5-2. That was an early start game. But those are games around the league. So we go top second right here. Top of the second here. Looks like tomorrow the pitching matchup's going to be Bratt versus Griffin. Foster Griffin takes the mound. Excited to see him take the mound for the Nationals. It's going to be really exciting there. I think he is just such a good pitcher, and I'm so excited to see him duel it out. As we head to the second, Carson Palmquist back out there for a second inning. Maybe a questionable move by Butera, but he's going to face a lefty in Max Kepler. First pitch is going to be swung on. Shot to left center. That's a base hit. Young will chase over towards the gap. Kepler around first. Going to try for second. Throw towards second base is not in time. Max Kepler with a double. So Kepler sees that Palmquist is back out there for a second and immediately makes the Diamondbacks regret their decision, or the Nationals regret their decision. Kepler laces one to left center for a double. Kind of an interesting decision right there, going to left center. Kepler hustled around first, headed for second quickly. I didn't think he would end up going there, but he does. So here now, Locklear will come up to the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be called strike one with the cutter top part of the zone, so it will be an 0-1 count now. Good play by Young, though, getting to it quickly. His throw was just a little offline. But good job him covering that much grounds. It's Tyler Locklear up to the plate here, hitting in the 7-hole. Palmquist sets the 0-1 to Locklear. Is going to be swung on and fouled back, and it'll be an 0-2 count. Locklear got the call up to the big league team. His first time up was May 8th. But then he was optioned to the Reno Aces. After being called up off the IL, he immediately gets optioned. July 17th, he's called back. Now he's had decent numbers back up so far. Here's the 0-2. So I'm going to fly ball. This one is going to get first base line and out of play. So do 0-2 again right here. But career regular season, he's had 161 at-bats. This season has 13 ABs, 5 hits with a home run and 5 runs driven in at a 385 average, 467 on base, and a 1159 OPS. He's trying to keep his spot here at the big league level. Let's go. We just hit 730 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody. So runner at second here with no one gone. Palmquist comes set. Comes the 0-2 to Locklear. Here's the pitch. That's lone in ball one, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Excuse me, I had to take my headphones off for a second. Here you go, everybody. So it'll be 1-2 as Palmquist comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Locklear. Checks on the runner at second. Here's the pitch. That's way upstairs, ball 2. So it will be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with no one out, top of the second. We just hit 7:30. Thank you so much, everybody, for hitting that subscribe button. So to be 2-2, Palmquist sets. Here's the pitch to Locklear. That's inside, ball 3, so that fills up the count to 3-2. So 3-2 here now. Palmquist on the mound. So to be 3-2 as Palmquist looks in for his sign. He comes set. Now he steps off and takes a look over to second just to check on him over at second base. So Zach Littell has begun to warm up here. He's begun throwing now. Just getting his throws in for now. Here's the 3-2. Up and away, ball 4. Can't get the call. So a walk for Locklear now. Runners at first and second with no one out. A walk is not what you want to see there. So runners at first and second with no one out. Now that'll bring up Del Castillo right here. Adrian Del Castillo. Palmquist. Here's the pitch, and Del Castillo's going to show bunt. He gets it down the third base line. Palmquist will grab it. He'll throw it to first in time for out number one, and that's all they'll get. So a sac bunt for Del Castillo as Palmquist has to come off the mound and make the play. Good play by Palmquist getting down there to make the play. So a sac bunt for Del Castillo on a bunt down the third base line. That'll move Locklear to second, Kepler up to the third. So there's two runners in scoring position here with one out. So now Blake Butera going to come out of the dugout. So this is the end of the day for Carson Palmquist right here. Carson Palmquist going to get the call from Blake Butera right here. So that's how we're going to end it right here. 1 1/3 for Carson Palmquist. He ends up working 1 1/3. We don't know his run total just yet because he's responsible for runners at second and third. No runs for now. He has given up 2 hits on the day. He's gave up 2 hits finally. He had a strikeout and 3 walks. So the walks are the problem. So now Zach Littell is going to take over right here for Carson Palmquist. Zach Littell going to take over in the second, and it'll be Tawa to face him as the first batter. The C's are joining. Doesn't look good. Yes, Mr. C. Shout out to Mr. C, by the way. Thank you so much, Mr. C, for doing that, what you did today, getting those tickets for the James Wood game. Thank you so much, Mr. C. He heard yesterday on the broadcast that I was wanting to go to the James Wood game, and he got tickets. So thank you so much, Mr. C, for getting tickets to that game. Thank you so much, Mr. C. And thank you so much for tuning in as well. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. C. So, yeah, it isn't good right now. Doesn't look good, really, at all. I mean, runners at second and third here with 1 out. And Kepler, who's decent speed over there. And at second, you have Locklear. But now you have Tawa up to the plate, who really just needs a fly ball to make it 1-0, giving the Diamondbacks a lead. Right now, you just got to think, let's get the outs right here. Let's get the outs. Somehow, just get the outs. That's all you want right here. So, runners at second and third with 1 out. Let's see what they can get right here, as Marte will be coming up as well. We heard that, and I got to work. Thank you so much, Mr. C. Mr. and Mrs. C, thank you so much for doing that. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. C, who are also part of District Super Nation, so they get to use the emojis as well. So thank you so much. Coming every stream and getting tickets. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. C. So Zach Littell, in his 21st game, he's significantly worked out of the bullpen. That's the thing. He's 7-7 this year. So usually he either wins or loses, because you're not going to see a lot of no decisions out of Littell right here. Martel coming to the mound here is the first pitch to Tawa. That's going to be outside, ball 1 with a slider, so it'll be a 1-0 count. This is his 21st game. His 13 games he started. This is not a start right here. A slider, a 4-seamer, a splitter, a sinker, and a sweeper. A lot of S's right there. So it'll be a 1-0 from Littell to Tawa. He's going to show bunt. He gets it right back to the pitcher down the first base line. It's going to stay fair. That's going to score a run. It just barely stayed fair. Kepler scores. A bunt by Tawa right there. A bunt down the first base line. Garcia wanted it to go foul, and it doesn't. Oh, my gosh. Worst thing that could happen right there. It's 1-0. Tawa lays a bunt down the first base line, and he hustles it out. They kind of were waiting. Garcia went to grab it. It's going to be Littell, but Garcia wants it to try to go foul. It stayed fair. So they're going to give him that bunt single right there, and it scores a run. So it's now Arizona 1, Nationals 0. Situation there worked. Here's the pitch to Marte, and he swings and misses at a splitter, and it's an 0-1 count. He swings right through that one, and it's an 0-1 count right here. Not what you want to see right there, an RBI bunt single. That's something the Nationals would do. That is not something people do to the Nationals. Here comes the 0-1 from Littell, and that's way upstairs, ball 1. It's like that game in Milwaukee where they had 3 or 4 bunts in a row and just created chaos. So 1-1 here with 1 out. Yeah, Mr. C showing off the emojis. Here's the 1-1. Marte swinging a foul back. Going to be a 1-2 count now. Mr. C showing off his emojis. Everyone loves putting the emojis in the chat. We're going to add more as we go. I'm thinking of adding a Watch It Fly. Well, we already have a Watch It Fly one. Maybe adding players from our team, like adding a Meatball Michaelis one. Or just a meatball. Just adding a meatball emoji. If there's not one just yet. Here's the 1-2 to Marte. Here's the pitch from Littell. Swinging a ground ball. This is to Louis. He goes to second for one. Throw back to first. Out is the call. Littell goes to tag the bag. Nice double play that time. We might get another look at this one. We're going to get a challenge here, and they do want a challenge. So, manager right here going to challenge. Are they saying it wasn't in time? So, they are going to get a challenge right here. This is probably going to end up being a fielder's choice that does score another run. 3-6-1 on the double play for now. We're getting another look at it right here, and it looks like he's safe by a whole step. Wow. Marte is definitely safe on that one. So, it's going to end up being a fielder's choice right here. So, runner at first with 2 outs. Good hustle by Marte to beat it out. So, RBI fielder's choice for Ketel Marte. It's going to be 2-0 when this call is overturned. He was very clearly out right there. Marte was running hard, and he beat it out. So, he's very clearly safe. Abrams kind of double pumped right there. Before throwing it, he kind of stuttered with the throw. He didn't want to throw it right away. Then he fires it, and it wasn't in time. So it's grounded to Louis, who makes a nice play, fires it, but then Abrams kind of stutters as sliding into second was Tawa, so it gave him some trouble that time. Littell hustled over to the bag. Abrams had to stutter, though. Was it because of Littell not covering? I don't think so. So this call is probably going to be overturned right here. It is very obviously safe. So we're probably going to get overturned right here to a fielder's choice, and it will be a 2-0. See if he gets credit for an RBI, but here we go. He is safe. Looking at every angle of this, he's safe. Give him credit for the singer or the fielder's choice. So, Ketel Marte really hustled that one out. So, they're challenging it, and they are going to call it a fielder's choice. And there's going to be a runner at first with 2 outs now. So, runner at first who were 2 outs. That play is overturned, and it's now a 2-0 game. So runner at first, who were 2 outs, as Littell comes set. He'll face Corbin Carroll. Here's the pitch to Carroll. First pitch swinging, and it's a splitter, and he swings right through it. It's an 0-1 count. That splitter's good from Littell. He likes to locate it there. So I believe that Marte does get credit for an RBI. Yes, he does. So he gets credit for the Locklear run right there. A good play by Garcia on that ball, but just not a great play by Abrams, who double pumped before throwing it. Here comes the 0-1 from Littell. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's flying. And another splitter. They just can't hit that splitter right now. Littell's splitter isn't even a nasty splitter. He just locates it well. He was flailing on it on the outside corner, and he couldn't hit it. So to be 0-2 here. Littell sets. The 0-2 to Carroll. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right field. Ranging over is the Nunez, the second baseman, but it goes out of play. Nunez covered a lot of ground right there. He got from second base out to right field towards the corner in about 2-3 seconds. He sprinted over there. A lot of ground covered by Nunez right there. So I don't know why they're saying there's 1 out. There is 2 outs right here. According to my scorebook, we got 2 outs. Yeah, we got 2 outs right here. Coming sets Littell. It'll be 0-2 to Carroll. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. And 0-2 again. He fouls off the splitter. You're not going to hit that splitter for a hit probably, so you just have to settle for a foul ball, especially when you've seen so many of them. 0-2 here with 2 outs. 12 pitches for Littell in the game now after only facing 2 batters. So it'll be 0-2 to Carroll. Here's the pitch. That's inside, ball 1 with a slider at 89, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Also a speed difference right here. You may not notice it. Littell's going to throw significantly harder than Palmquist. Palmquist, a guy who's going to flick in 70-mile-an-hour breaking balls. Littell is going to sit high 80s, probably low 90s as well. The 1-2, and that's upstairs, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-2 count. So 1-2 here. 2-2 here. Littell with 2 outs, top of the second. Coming set here is Littell. It'll be a 2-2 to Carroll. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul, off the mask of Ford. So do 2-2 again right here. Let's go. We just have a member right now. Liger Leaf just joined. Thank you so much, Liger Leaf, for joining. Joining District Nation. Watch it fly, Liger Leaf, as she joins District Nation, or she joins District Nation. Thank you so much, Liger Leaf, for becoming a sponsor right here. Liger Leaf joining District Nation. Watch it fly, Liger Leaf. Thank you so much for joining. Helping out the channel in a better way than just subscribing. It helps out the channel significantly more. So it'll be 2-2. Here's the pitch from Littell. That's low ball 3 with a sweeper out of the zone, so it will be a 3-2 count now. Thank you so much for joining the channel. For joining District Nation, you now get exclusive updates. You get the emojis. I'm assuming Mr. C has already thrown them in the chat, but I'll probably put them in a second. But yeah, you get exclusive emojis. The 3-2 to Carroll, swinging a foul off. Third base side, good AB worked by Littell now. Is that a wild thing, Vaughn? How? What's up, Eric? No, this is just a normal National City Connect hat. I'm wearing their City Connect outfit today. So I have the City Connect jersey with the City Connect hat. So this is the Nat City Connect. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch to Carroll. Up and away, ball 4. Littell can't hit the point. So a walk puts Marte at second and puts Carroll on first here with 2 outs. So speeder on the base pads now. Runners at first and second for Gerardo Perdomo right here. Runners at first and second. So 2 outs. Perdomo is going to come up to the plate. He'll hit from the left side here. The switch hitter. Littell working hard out here. Having some trouble now. Nationals really all having trouble with location. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count to Perdomo. Nice, says Eric. Thank you so much for tuning in, Eric. Eric's been here a lot. Thank you so much, man. So 1-0 here with 2 outs to Perdomo, the switch hitter. The shortstops in today's game. Here's the 1-0. It's going to be in there, called strike 1. Not much, buddy, yeah. Hopefully, my day gets better for me if they can put some runs on the board in the second. That's what's going on with me. Littell sets the 1-1 to Perdomo. Swinging a ground ball foul, and we'll do 1-2 count now. 1-2 here with 2 outs. If you are new here, everybody, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit right there. Getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers every single day. Just getting closer and closer. Littell sets. It'll be a 1-2 to Perdomo. Littell waits. Now the 1-2. That's low ball 2 with a splitter in the dirt, so it will be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the second. But thank you so much to Liger Leaf for joining Districts Nation. Watch it fly, Liger Leaf right there. For joining Districts Nation. Littell sets. The 2-2. Swing and a miss at a slider top of the zone, and Zach Littell's a strikeout to sit down Perdomo for out number 3. 7 batters come to the plate, 2 runs in the inning. On really only 2 hits, just a lot of walks, and then no errors. 2 runners left on base, so a lot of walks have been the problem now as Arizona now takes a 2-0 lead over the Nationals. We head to the bottom of the second right here. That's the problem right now is the walks. So far, Palmquist and Littell combined have 4 walks through 2 innings. That's on pace for 2 walks an inning. That means 18 walks by the end of the game. You got to figure it out right here. You really want this team to do better. You just have to not walk as many guys. And Littell, that's his problem because Foster does not do that. Meatball does not do that. I'd want him to do that because it means they're not hitting him as much. I mean, Cavalli sometimes does it, but he backs it up with 12, 13 strikeouts in a game. And at the same time, you'll also see him just doing well. You'll see, and the bullpen doesn't do it as much either. You'll see Crook doesn't do that as much. Of late, Cosgrove hasn't done that much. Yeen walks guys, but he learns how to control it. Peter will walk guys. So this team has some walk problems, but my problem is that we're pairing up Palmquist and Littell, who both had a little walkathon right here. Yeah, walkathon. Ouch. Yeah. 2 guys who both kind of had that walkathon right there combined. So here we go. Bottom of the second will be Young, Ford, and Louie for the bottom of the second. We're to the bottom of the second right here on District Nation. Jacob Young to hit from the right side right here. Has had some sneaky pop lately. Jacob Young has been a guy that I'd like to have up to the plate with the pop he's had lately. To swing for the fences, not a thing he usually does. He has 9 home runs this year. He has 14 career, too. And that's a career that's had him play 4 seasons. So it's not like he's just played a little time. He does not hit home runs. And here this year, he could have maybe 14, 15 home runs. Let's go. We just gained another subscriber up to 731. Thank you so much, that new subscriber. So here we go. It'll be Jacob Young to hit right here to face Eduardo Rodriguez. First pitch to Young. Young takes a fastball. It's going to clip top part of the zone, called strike one. So it will be an 0-1 count now. 0-1 here with no one out in the bottom of the second. Rodriguez will go into the wind here. Here comes the 0-1 to Jacob Young. Young swinging a foul back and be no 2 count. Fouls off that foul up in the zone, so it will be no 2 count now. 0-2 here with no one out. Bottom of the second. So be 0-2 here. Young up to the plate, hitting .230 on the season. Rodriguez will go into the wind. The 0-2 to Young. Here's the pitch. That's blown away with a cutter. Ball one. Can't clip the zone. Young has a good eye right there, so it will be a 1-2 count now. Rodriguez goes into the wind. Here comes the 1-2 to Young, a .230 hitter, and Young takes a fastball up and in, ball 2, so it will be a 2-2 count now. Takes that one up and in. Nationals trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the second after Littell and Palmquist kind of have a tough second inning. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch to Young. Young swinging a miss. He swings right through a sinker for strikeout number 2 and out number 1 in the inning. So that's the second strikeout on the evening for Rodriguez. And out number 1, he puts down Jacob Young. So that'll bring up Harry Ford right here. Harry Ford will make his home debut right here. His first AB at Nationals Park, a guy who did very well in that road trip. Had only a few starts when they faced lefty pitchers, but the Nationals have been facing lefties a lot lately, so Harry Ford going to get some shots out there. First pitch from Rodriguez. Ford takes a pitch upstairs, ball 1, so it will be a 1-0 count now. Ford, now his average has fallen a little bit since day 1 when he was a .500 hitter for a period of time. Here's the 1-0. And Ford takes a curveball in there, called strike 1. He's now a .273 hitter through 11 ABs with a home run. That's 3 hits over that time and a 102.1 OPS. Here's the 1-1 from Ford. Ford swinging a miss at a changeup outside. It'll be a 1-2 count right here. 1-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Harry Ford up to the plate here. Played for Great Britain during the World Baseball Classic. Actually had some good hits. Here comes the 1-2. And Ford takes a changeup, blown away, ball 2 once again. So it will be a 2-2 count. Let's go up to 732 subscribers. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers even today. Thank you so much for subscribing. So be 2-2. Here's the pitch to Ford. Swinging a fly ball. This one is hit out towards right. It's going to be the right fielder Carroll to come in and make the catch for out number 2. That one hit very shallow. Corbin Carroll came running in at first part. I thought it was going to be the second baseman Marte to run out and get it, but Carroll comes in and makes the catch. So there's 2 outs here. And now that'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr. Any update on pitchers returning from the injured list? One is the cavalry showing, in other words. Yeah, I think Mr. C, the one thing is here is Rodriguez will now face Luis Garcia Jr. First pitch to Louis. Garcia takes a cutter outside, ball 1. What's up, Ray? Ray showing a couple emojis in the chat, but we are skipping over Andrew Alvarez in the rotation. I will say that. Andrew Alvarez is being skipped. Here's the pitch to Garcia, and he swings and pops this one up on the infield. Under it is the third baseman Arenado, and Arenado makes the catch right on top of the pitching mound for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Eduardo Rodriguez, and that'll end the inning. So that inning, it's a 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We're through 2, everybody. It's Diamondbacks 2, Nationals nothing right here on District Nation. Yeah, Mr. C, so we didn't really get an update, but from some thinking, putting on a thinking cap, the Washington Nationals have skipped over Andrew Alvarez in the rotation. The rotation second half has been day 1 goes to Cavalli, day 2 goes to Littell. We're on day 2 right now. Day 3 goes to Foster. Day 4 goes to Awesome Andrew, and day 5 goes to Meatball. This time around, Meatball Michaelis was given the 4-start role, so he's given Sunday start, and Awesome Andrew was given the last 4 starts. So my question has to be, why? Because there's the first reason is that they could be trying to spread out Palmquist's work usually when having the 2-starter be Littell and the 5-starter be Meatball, so you can spread them out. But for me, my opinion is that a starter's coming back. I think it's going to be Jake Irvin. He has been rehabbing and doing well in rehab assignments. So I think, personally, that Jake Irvin's going to start on Monday. I think there's a very realistic shot that Jake Irvin gets the start Monday night instead of Austin Andrew or Trevor Williams. Maybe Williams is more ready, but they move Alvarez back to the bullpen, a very deflated bullpen. Get another arm in there, an arm in Alvarez who's good out of the bullpen. While you're missing guys like Pullen, Lord, the heart of the bullpen is missing, and right now you're just looking for anyone to fill in. So we go to the top of the third, but yeah, I think an update there is that we could be getting Irvin back soon. I think Pullen, they said, shouldn't be out for long because it wasn't any serious injury, so we could see Pullen back soon. Richard Lovelady's on the IL for a while. Same with, even if you remember him, Ken Waldichuk. I think he's out for the year probably, as here we go. Top of the third. Liger Leaf is here, says, my son and grandboys are in the seats at this game. Shout out for their Mimi. Happy 7th birthday, Wyatt Hawkins. Happy 7th birthday, Wyatt. Thank you so much for getting that membership. The pitch is going to be in there, called strike one to Gabriel Moreno, so it'll be no one count. Thank you so much for tuning in, and shout out to Wyatt Hawkins right there. Littell comes set. It'll be an 0-1 to Moreno. Here's the pitch. Moreno swings and grounds this one through the hole in the right field. First baseman Louis can't get to it. Cruz will grab this one, come up with it quickly. But that is a base hit for Gabriel Moreno right here. Runner at first, and no one gone in the top of the third. So a base knock for Gabriel Moreno right there. Just rips that one to right field. Nice hit by Moreno. That's his second hit of the day. So that'll now bring up Nolan Arenado right here in the top of the third with a runner at first, a guy who pulls the ball a lot. Got to be worried with him hitting. Here's the pitch to Arenado. That's going to be outside ball one. If you're going to miss to Arenado, the best thing to do is to miss to him outside because he pulls everything. He's not an Oppo Taco hitter. So coming set here is going to be Littell. Here comes the 1-0 to Arenado. Arenado swings and fouls this one back. Going to be a 1-1 count. Arenado played for the Team USA in 2023 during the World Baseball Classic. Then in 2026, he pivots and goes to play for a different country, which I didn't really like. I thought he should have stuck with Team USA. It would have been better to have a leader like Nolan Arenado sitting on the bench or even in the game at third base. Here's the 1-1 to Arenado. He swings and pops this one up, giving chases Louis onto the track and foul ground, and Louis makes the catch in foul territory for out number one. So Arenado flies out in foul territory to the opposite field side. Wow. He hits that one opposite field, even if it's a foul ball. So Nolan Arenado gets out on that one, so there's one out. Louis flies out in foul ground, Arenado flies out in foul ground. So there's one out here. And that'll bring up Max Kepler right here with a one out. Thanks for subscribing, Stephanie Hollingsworth. Thank you so much, Stephanie Hollingsworth, for hitting that subscribe button. Here's the pitch to Kepler, and that's going to be outside ball one, so it's a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with one out. Littell comes set. Here comes the 1-0 to Kepler. Kepler swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center, but Jacob Young's under it. Young barely has to move, and he makes the catch for out number two. This time Kepler won't have a double. He will just fly out to center field. So Kepler flies out. There's two outs. That'll bring up Locklear here with two away. Locklear going to come to the plate right here with two outs. Runner at first is Moreno. Not too fast. Moreno's not a guy who's going to steal 50 bags a season. Nunez is a guy who's going to steal 50 bags a season. Let's go, everybody. We got plenty of people in the chat, and we are up to 28 likes. Let's go. Everybody keep hitting that like button. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be low ball one, so it's a 1-0 count. Big Bud's here, he says, DN, almost 733 subs. Yeah, we just need one more subscriber to hit 733. 1-0 here with two outs in the top of the third. Coming set, here's Littell. The 1-0 to Locklear. That's going to be in there, called strike one with a breaking ball, top part of the zone, that time a splitter. So off speed, and it'll be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with two outs. Littell looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Comes the 1-1 to Locklear. Swinging a ground ball. This is to Abrams. He'll flip it up to Nunez, covering in time for out number three. So a fielder's choice 6-4 gets the Nationals out of it, and that's out number three. That will end the inning. So one hit in the inning, and one runner left on base with the runner who got on first on the fielder's choice. That'll end the inning, everybody. One hit, one runner left on base. What to the bottom of the third. Diamondbacks 2, Nationals nothing right here on District Nation. So we're going to take about 10 seconds off. We'll be back in just a moment. But Sam putting the Eagles and the emojis in the chat. Let's go. We're going to be back in about 10 seconds. Just a 10-second break right here. So we go. Bottom of the third, everybody. Thank you for giving me that time right there. That sound automatically played right here. But here we go. Bottom of the third, everybody. 2-0 game. Nationals trail right here. They'll have Nunez, Wood, and Mead up in the bottom of the third right here. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit right here on District Nation. Here we go. Bottom of the third. Got to know what damage Nunez can do right here. A guy with only one home run. He finds his kind of strength from other aspects of the game, in my opinion. He's not a home run hitter. He probably never will be, but he's a speedy guy. Or go the Willie Mays Hayes transformation, become a home run hitter in one season after stealing 100 bags or so. Because apparently, according to the movie, Willie Mays Hayes stole about 100 bags with the gloves he had, and then Nasim Nunez could have the transformation from Major League to Major League 2. Rodriguez in the wind. First pitch to Nunez, and righty Nunez will take a pitch outside ball 1. So it's a 1-0 count with that 91-mile-an-hour fastball. So it's a 1-0 count right here. Sam saying hey to Big Bud. So it'll be a 1-0 here. Rodriguez in the wind. Here's the 1 to Nunez. Ooh, a sword swing on a changeup, so it's a 1-1 count. That was a sword swing. Wow. Didn't know if he was going to swing or not. So it'll be 1-1 here. Rodriguez will go into the wind. Here's the pitch to Smunez. Nunez swings and grounds this one. Second baseman makes the play up the middle. Fires to first. In time over to the first baseman, Locklear, for out number 1. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. So 1 gone here. Ground ball up the middle. Almost was a base hit. Just couldn't find it. So 1 out now. And that'll bring up James Wood. James Wood here, who swung on the first pitch, had a single back in the first off of Rodriguez. Nice for him to just drive the ball there. Pitch to Wood is going to be in there, called strike 1 on the outside corner. So it'll be 0-1 here. Rodriguez up to 38 pitches now, had a quicker second than he did first. The Nationals really got to him the first, and he just cruised through the second. Here's the 0-1. Wood takes a breaking ball, low and away ball 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count. You may run like Hayes, but you hit like his sister. That's a good one, Mr. C. You may run like Hayes, but you hit like his sister. Major League semi-quote right there, the 1-1. And Wood takes a pitch inside and low, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-1 count now. About 100 of these. 1 for every base I'm going to steal. Apparently, he stole about 100 that year, so he hung so many of them up. Here's the 2-1 from Rodriguez. Wood takes a pitch low, ball 3, that time with a fastball. Can't get the call. Should be a 3-1 count now. Now you got to throw a good pitch to James Wood right here. Probably a hittable pitch to one of the best hitters in the league. 3rd in the hitter power rankings by MLB. So, this guy just does damage. The 3-1. Wood swings right through a curveball. It's a 3-2 count. But then again, he leads in strikeouts as well. I mean, that's the thing. He's so high up in the power rankings, and yet he strikes out so much. He strikes out a ton. And he still rakes, too. Here's the 3-2 to Wood. Swing and a miss on an inside changeup. Wood can't hit it. That's strikeout number 3 for Rodriguez. The All-Star, first time through, has him go 2 for 9, and he's 0 for 1 to begin his second time through. Wood down swinging, and that's out number 2. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, and that'll now bring up Curtis Mead here, who flew out in foul territory. That's the thing. James Wood also leads in most strikeout numbers, too. Here's the pitch to Curtis Mead. Mead takes a breaking ball, called strike 1 on the outside corner with a curveball. So it'd be an 0-1 count now. He's also struck out 141 times this season. Comes the 0-1 to Curtis Mead. That is James Wood, but the 0-1 is fouled off to be 0-2 count. 141 strikeouts. That's a lot. You got to think about that. That is a ton. And that's a number you don't want to lead in, and yet he routinely leads in it. He's second right now, so he's not first, but he was first last year in the NL. He's second this year, so he's not the worst one. That's the only thing. Here's the 0-2 from Rodriguez to Mead. Mead takes a changeup low, ball 1, so to be a 1-2 count now. Yes, semi-quote, yeah. Can't say the actual quote, but we can say you may run like Hayes, but you hit like his sister. Here comes the 1-2 to Mead. Mead takes a pitch upstairs, ball 2 at head level, so to be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Diamondbacks lead 2-0 here. Mead facing Rodriguez. Rodriguez into the wind. The 2-2 to Mead. Mead takes a curveball in the dirt, ball 3, so it'd be a 3-2 count. Rodriguez not routinely a strikeout guy, but right here, he's grabbing the strikeouts. So it will be a 3-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Curtis Mead up to the plate here. Rodriguez will go into the wind right here. It will be a 3-2. Here's the pitch to Mead. Low ball 4, and Curtis Mead will take a walk. Mead stays patient that time and takes a walk. So good job by Curtis Mead staying patient and just getting on base. Let's go.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
So there we go. Now there is 2 outs and a runner at first. So here we go. That'll bring up Andres Chaparro's 1-for-1 of the day. Rodriguez sets. First pitch to Chappie. Swung and fouled back. It'll be an 0-1 count. So, first in walks this year in the league is James Wood, Mr. C. So, how's one on the leaderboard for walks? He is first in the MLB at 81. Second is Taylor Ward with 80. Coming set's going to be Rodriguez. Here comes the 0-1 to Chaparro. Chaparro takes a fastball inside, ball 1 to be a 1-1 count. Just adding on to his hot stretch earlier today with a base hit back in the first. And runs, James Wood also leads. And second place has 71. Wood has 94. Here's the 1-1 to Chaparro, and he swings and pops this one up to shallow right, going out second baseman, coming in as the right fielder. It'll be the right fielder, Carroll, to make the catch, route number 3, and that will end the inning. Carroll comes sprinting in to make the catch. Carroll, a right fielder who covers a lot of ground. So that will end the inning, everybody. No hits, anything but a walk. So we are through 3, everybody, right here on District Nation. 1 man left on base, but no hits or runs. So we're through 3. It's 2-0. Arizona has the lead as we head to the top of the 4th. It would be Del Castillo, Tawa, and Marte in the top of the 4th. Nationals, you get some runs on the board. Yeah, James Wood, the single leader in runs with 94 on the year. So he is looking very good in that category. Second is Brian Reynolds with 71. And Yordan Alvarez with 69. So Wood walks, strikes out, or rakes. Yes. So there's not really a Wood grounding out to the shortstop. You never hear and Wood grounds out in the 6 hole. You hear Wood hits a home run, Wood draws a walk, or Wood strikes out. So good for him. I mean, if he's going to do that, let him do it. Some hits leaders around the league. The Nationals don't even have a guy up in the top 10. Not too many guys getting hits for them. Wood is tied for 14th in that category with 108. CJ Abrams is not too far behind him at 18th with 106. So they rake. That's the thing. They have over 100 hits here. And team stats, I love this because offensive stats for the Nationals, they lead in home runs. And the team in second is the Yankees. And first is the Nationals. Dodgers are actually 6th in the league in home runs. I thought they would be significantly higher, but no. The Nationals are first in the league in the MLB in home runs. They're also first in runs. And they're first in runs by 23 runs or 24 runs. These guys score runs. And they're first in RBIs, obviously. I don't think they're too high up in and they're first in stolen bases. What are they not first in the offensive categories? So here we go. Top 4 to be Del Castillo, Tawa, and Marte for the top of the 4th right here. Littell sets pitch to Del Castillo. He swings and misses through a splitter in the dirt. So it'll be an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here. A fielder's choice back last ABE for Del Castillo. Here's the 0-1. And Del Castillo check swing. They're going to call it a strike, though, on a splitter on the outside corner. So it'd be an 0-2 count now. 0-2 here, no one gone in the top of the fourth. So it'd be 0-2 here. Right here, really nice if Littell could grab a strikeout, even out, just to get Del Castillo. The 0-2, swing and a miss. He gets exactly that with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball up and away, and Del Castillo swings right through it for out number 1 here in the top of the fourth. Zach Littell with a strikeout right there. He's not a guy who's going to put away 10 strikeouts in a game, but he's a guy who's going to get outs. Zach Littell's an innings eater. He's going to get outs. He'll work 5 or 6 innings when he goes out there. Good job for Zach Littell right there. And Mr. C says, one category don't lead in. The pitch to Tawa is going to be a sweeper in there called strike 1. That is one category we, in fact, do not lead in, Mr. C. At least an offensive category. And I don't think we're first in triples either. The 0-1 is going to be inside, ball 1. The Nationals are tied for 4th in triples. And they're 5th in doubles, but it's just so impressive, everybody, that they've been this good on the offensive side. The 1-1 is grounded foul on a splitter, so it will be a 1-2 count now. Littell right there, going to work right here, getting outs. That is what he is trying to do here, just get outs, work hard. So 1-2 here with a 1 out in the top of the fourth. Here's the 1-2 from Littell, and that's upstairs, ball 2 with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and it will be a 2-2 count now. I don't even think the Nationals have the highest average in the league either. Yeah, they're not the highest average. They're 5th in the league in batting average. On base percentage, they're 6th, so they produce runs a lot. The 2-2 from Littell, that's inside, ball 3, so it will be a 3-2 count now. 3-2 here with a 1 out. And they do lead in total bases as well. Just a little number right there. So to be a 3-2, here's the pitch from Littell. Swinging a fly ball, hit out to left, going back as Wood, onto the track, and he makes the catch just about a step in front of the wall, and then bounces off the wall after he makes the catch for out number 2. Nice play by James Wood in left center field to make the catch. So there's 2 outs now. 2 outs here, and that'll bring up the top of the order, and Ketel Marte will come to the plate right here. With 2 outs, that'll bring up Ketel Marte. So, 2 outs here, chance for a 1-2-3. The pitch to Marte, he hits this one out to center, but Jacob Young's under it. Jacob Young camping a little towards left center. He makes the catch after taking a few steps towards left center. 1-2-3 inning for Zach Littell. He gets Marte on 1 pitch. So that's going to end the inning, everybody. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth right here on District Nation. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. Good work by, just great work by Zach Littell right there. Gets a perfect 1-2-3. So, we'll head to the bottom of the fourth, everybody. It is a 2-0 game as we head to the bottom of the fourth. So we go. It'll be Abrams, Cruz, and Young for the Nationals in the bottom of the fourth. Some guys with pop. I mean, you got Abrams, who's a league leader in a lot of offensive categories. He's up there for a lot of them. Obviously not home runs. That's something he's probably not going to sniff for a while. But that's where James Wood is in 6th. First is Yordan Alvarez. In the NL, because it's better to look at the NL when looking at numbers like home runs, James Wood is 3rd. CJ Abrams is 5th in home runs. And in the NL, RBIs-wise, Jordan Walker tops it. Abrams is down by 1 at 76, where Walker's at 77. So you'd think, oh, it's not sustainable. We were saying that at the beginning of the year. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. This is not the Nationals' offense. This is not what they do. It is now mid to late July. It's July 24th, and they're still doing this. They're still at that point where they are still winning some games. They're still a game above 500, and the offense is still the same that it is. I remember people were saying in May that they were confused that it was happening. It's July now, and this is happening. Something is going on with this team. Something special is going on. I'm excited to see it because something is going on. They're doing something right now. Something has to be going right. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, it'll be Abrams, Cruz, and Young. The offense is just working. If you like looking at the numbers, you can look at the numbers. The team is just so much better than last year. Let's look at some of the 2025 numbers. How about that? Because 2025 is special because you can look at it at a different angle because now we can say, oh, it's a really good team. It might be a miracle year. it's not like 2025 was a gradual year up to this. 2025, they were not first in the league. Heck, they were nowhere near that. First pitch from Rodriguez to Abrams. It's going to be a check swing towards the 5-hole. Rodriguez makes the play, fires to first, and it gets away from the first baseman. Abrams is going to stop at first, though. That's an excuse me check swing down the third base line. First baseman Locklear loses his glove on the throw. So ground ball towards the third baseman, but Rodriguez grabs it. The pitcher, Abrams, easily beats it out. Then the first baseman Locklear dives to go get it, and he can't get it and loses his glove. Kind of an excuse me swing right there down the third base line, hit softly. Rodriguez goes to get it, and then Locklear can't make the play. So that's an infield single, though, for Abrams. We'll see what the exact scoring is, but now runner at first here with no one out for Dylan Cruz. It looks like he's going to get a single. Here's the pitch to Cruz, and that's low ball 1. So it's a 1-0 count. Abrams gets credit for a hit right there. The guy who's competing for hits. So we go. Runner at first here with no one out. It'll be a 1-0. Here's the pitch from Rodriguez to Cruz. And Cruz swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left. Going back is left fielder Kepler at the track, at the wall. And that one is gone. Watch it fly. Dylan Cruz. 2-run home run. And this game is tied at 2. Dylan Cruz goes yard off of Eduardo Rodriguez. And we're all knotted up at 2. Into the left field bullpen. We are tied. Cruz pulls that one to left field. Got his high pitch up in the zone that he can just get a bit early on and crush it into the left field bullpen. We are all knotted at 2. Nationals Diamondbacks all knotted at 2, and Dylan Cruz is the man to give the Nationals a couple. Dylan Cruz goes yard. It's a 2-2 game. So Rodriguez will come to the plate. Now it's Jacob Young, and he swings and misses on an inside pitch. And it's an 0-1 count. All right, everybody. Here we go.
A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
So this is a ground ball hit up the middle, but the second baseman Marte is there. He fires to first in time for out number 1. So Jacob Young is down on the ground out, but we're knotted at 2, everybody. After the Dylan Cruz home run to left. Dylan Cruz is really finding it with some pop here at the big league level. Maybe he doesn't have it average-wise, but if he keeps doing that every, let's say, Monday night, are we going to be angry? Is this team really going to be angry if he has 16 home runs at the end of the season, if he's hitting 230? So now that'll bring up Harry Ford. Here's the pitch. And Ford takes a changeup in there, called strike 1, bottom part of the zone. Dylan Cruz got his pitch a little bit up in the zone. He loves to crush that pitch. Rodriguez with a mistake pitch. Here's the pitch to Ford, and he grounds this one down the third base line. This is going to be a base hit. Arenado can't get there in time. Harry Ford with a little dribbler down the third base line has himself a base hit. More little action from the Nationals right here. They don't hit. They go from the small ball to the home run, back to the small ball. So Harry Ford with a little base hit right there. Doesn't need to watch it fly, just needs to watch it roll. So after the Cruz 2-run home run, they get a ground out. Now they're going to get a little base hit, and that'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr. Garcia takes a sinker, called strike 1, bottom part of the zone. Mr. C saying, watch it fly. Yes, watch it fly, DC. DC3. Lingerleaf throwing in a Nationals emoji and the watch it fly emoji. It'll be an 0-1 to Garcia. Here's the pitch, and Louis takes the curveball in the dirt, ball 1. So it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with a 1 out. Dylan Cruz just rake it up, DC. Dylan Cruz home run number 8, RBIs 22 and 23 on the year. Coming sets Rodriguez 1-1. He'll go back over to first. Back in safely on a dive is 4. So that'll put the Nationals up even more in the home runs to 275, and runs will climb up to, or excuse me, that's not the right number. That's from last year. Need to look at the right number here. Coming set's going to be at Rodriguez. The pitch to Louis. Garcia swings and pops this one up. Foul ground. Catcher giving a look. He's under it. Did he catch it? What a play by Gabriel Moreno. He has to reach over the dugout and make the catch. That one just around the on-deck circle, down the first base line, makes the catch right around the on-deck circle. He had to reach over the dugout wall to make the catch. What a play by Gabriel Moreno for out number 2. Nice play by Moreno for 2 outs now. So that'll bring up Nasim Nunez from the right side. But a home run for Dylan Cruz. We're all tied. Here's the pitch to Nunez. And Nunez takes a changeup, low ball 1. So it'll be 0-1 here. Nationals, that's home run number 151 and runs 568 and 569 on the year. RBIs 540 and 541. Team that's just leading in a lot. Here's the 1-0, and Nunez takes a sinker in there, called strike 1 on the inside corner. That did not look like it touched, but apparently it did, according to the umpire in today's game. So it'll be a 1-1 here to Smunez. Here's the pitch. Now Nunez takes a curveball, low ball 2, so it'll be a 2-0 count. Our umpires in today's game: behind the plate is the crew chief, Jordan Baker. At first is Stu Sherwater. Second base, Dan Merzel. And third base is Rob Drake. Those are your umpires for today's game.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
It'll be a 2-1 to Nunez. Here's the pitch. And Nunez swings and hits this one down the right field line. That has home run distance, but it's foul. Man, he was oppo on that. Had some nice distance, but it is hit foul. So 2-2 here with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th, we're all knotted up at 2. Just a couple more runs added for the Nationals. They love scoring runs. They love getting aggressive and scoring runs. So it'll be 2-2 here again to Nunez. Now time called by the hitter, Smunez here. So Smunez takes a timeout. 2-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Rodriguez looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set at the belt. It'll be a 2-2 to Nunez. Here's the pitch. Nunez swings and fouls this one back, so do 2-2 again right here. Right off the back net, so do 2-2 again right here. I mean, Ford is not too fast, but would it be the worst thing in the world for him to get a big lead here and maybe cause some mayhem with 2 outs? Try still second, or at least let Nunez swing away still, even if he gets a good jump, just to have the runner in motion. Rodriguez sets. It'll be a 2-2 to Nunez. One thing is, Rodriguez a lefty. The pitch to Nunez, swinging a ground ball towards the second baseman. He will field cleanly. Fire to first in time to get out the hustling Nunez for out number 3, and that will end the inning. But the Washington Nationals do tie this game up on a Dylan Cruz 2-run home run. 3 hits in the inning. No errors. 1 runner left on base. It's Harry Ford after his base hit. We are all knotted at 2, everybody. We will head to the 5th. It is the Diamondbacks 2 and the Nationals 2 right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the 5th. Here we go, everybody. It'll be Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno, 2, 3, 4. Heart of this order right here. This part's going to make them nervous right here. A good stretch of hitters right here for Littell. Now, it's Hold'em. With the way they're playing now Littell just wants to work 2 2/3 and work them just, you don't need to think, not give up runs. Just work a good couple more innings. Get us to maybe the 7th inning. Give us 2 good innings right here. That'd be great. And you can get Cornelio in the 7th. Maybe you can even put Cornelio in the 6th if needed, so you can get 2 innings out of him. 8th inning, go to Crook. 9th inning, Tom Cosgrove for the 9th. Perfect order right there for that game. That'd be the perfect order. If we could have Cosgrove for the 9th inning, 10-pitch Cosgrove, you get the Bandit Crook going in the 8th inning. That is your 2 best arms right now. I believe Crook and Cosgrove are our 2 best arms. And I did not like Crook in the beginning. I was there for Crook's first save situation. He did not do well. And now giving him a 7th inning role, 8th inning role is good. He is not a closer. This is a guy who has not worked too many games in his life. This is not a guy who's worked 500 career games, maybe even 100 career games. He has worked minimal games by this point. He has worked the entire career, 18 games, and 10 of those are this season. So he had 8 games coming in across 3 years before this. And he had before that about 8 1/3 innings worked, and over that time, he had given up 15 runs. Do you really want that guy being your closer? But instead, they're going to use him as a guy who gets holds. In his first 10 games, he has 2 holds as Littell will come out here for the top of the 5th. He comes set. First pitch here to face Corbin Carroll. Here's the pitch from Littell. That's going to be in there, called strike 1, top part of the zone, so it will be an 0-1 count right here. But I want to hear your thoughts, everybody in the chat. Throw your questions in the chat. Throw anything in the chat right there related to Nationals, baseball, or anything. Here's the 0-1 from Littell, and that's inside ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count now. 2 walks for Carroll in the day. He also has a stolen base. Back in the first inning, he got to third that same inning. So to be a 1-1 from Littell. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul to be a 1-2 count. I like this red hat on blue jersey. I haven't seen it live in years. I mean, it looks nice, especially just for the Hall of Fame weekend event. That's a cool look for the Nationals. I think if they do it the entire weekend, it's going to be nice. But this look for the entire weekend does mean they're probably not going to wear the City Connects. Kind of sad. The 1-2 from Littell is just outside. Ball 2 with a fastball. Can't clip the zone. So do 2-2 now. 2-2 here in the top of the 5th as Littell steps back onto the rubber here. He looks in for his sign and comes set. Be a 2-2 to Carroll. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right. Going back is right fielder Cruz. At the track, at the wall, feeling for the wall. And he makes the catch. Just in front of the wall. Corbin Carroll barreled that one, but Dylan Cruz makes the catch just in front of the wall for out number 1. Phew. I don't think there's a lot of wind to keep that one in, but the wind saved us right there. That one's gone in probably a couple other stadiums where there isn't as high a fence. And if that one just goes a foot more. So now Perdomo will come to the plate here to face Littell. Here's the pitch from Littell to Perdomo, and that's going to be in there, called strike 1 with a slider. So it'll be an 0-1 count. Last time the Nationals played the Diamondbacks, they were on the road, and they played them for a weekend series as well. That was right around, I think that was right before my finals week. Here comes the 0-1. Check swing. No, should be a 1-1 count. Ford going to ABS this one, though. That did look like it clipped the zone. Let's get another look at this one right here. So here we go. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike. Harry Ford just succeeded on a challenge. That one did clip the zone. So the call is overturned to an 0-2 count now.
Thank you.
So 0-2 here with 1 out. Coming sets Littell. The 0-2 to Perdomo. Called strike. No, it's not. Immediately an ABS challenge from Harry Ford. Yes, you got to ABS that one. That was completely in the zone. Here's the pitch. Back-to-back ABS successful challenges. Called strike 3. Perdomo down looking on the ABS. Littell with his 3rd strikeout in the evening. He gets it via ABS from Harry Ford. Harry Ford just got 2 in a row.
Thank you.
So now bring up Gabriel Moreno right here. Coming set is going to be Littell. First pitch to Moreno. And Moreno takes a fastball in there, called strike 1. Harry Ford just saved Littell right there. 2 ABSs in a row. If that's last year, it's a 2-1 count. And Geraldo Perdomo still up to the plate. Now, it's 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Called strike 2. Clips the outer part of the zone. Call him Picasso because he's painting the zone right here. 0-2 here with 2 outs. Moreno up to the plate. Hey, ump, you stink. We have receipts. Yes. Hey, ump, you stink. We have our receipts right here. 2 pitches in a row. That's the crew chief, too. Baker. That's the crew chief of this crew. The 0-2. Swinging a fly ball foul to 0-2 again right here. If he could get this out right here, put off the good part of this order and have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the rest of probably his day, that would be really great right here. Not have to face Marte at any point or Carroll would be awesome. The 0-2 is inside, ball 1. Almost went after it, so it'll be a 1-2 count. 1-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Just a chance here for the Nationals just to get a good inning right here. Coming set's going to be Littell. It'll be a 1-2 to Moreno. Here's the pitch. Swing! And a miss at a slider. Up and out of the zone. Zach Littell gets Gabriel Moreno to swing through a slider, and that's out number 3 in the inning. Wow, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Zach Littell. Facing 2, 3, 4 of this order, that he gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. Wow. What an inning. That was really good work. Good job by Zach Littell right there. Getting a couple strikeouts after the deep fly ball by Carroll. So that was almost the heart of the order. Heart is usually 3, 4, 5, but 2, 3, 4, you have Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno. That's probably the 3 best hitters in this order, and you strike out 2 of them, and 1 of them flies out. Really good. Now the Nats are settling in after tying this game up. They're going to settle in right here. So we go to the bottom of the 5th right here. Let's see if Rodriguez comes back out there for the 5th inning. His pitch count's getting up there as well. So his pitch count getting up a little bit. Chance for them to really dig into this team right here. Put pressure. Putting pressure is important in this game. Pressure is great. Rodriguez. We'll look at some other games as well as we wait in this break. In today's game, the pitch count right now is at 68. Looking at some other games recently, because pitch counts can change. Pitchers will sometimes, they'll let pitchers go more or less on a game and maybe into a month or a certain time in the season. They'll let them start going more. The past few times out, he has not done well. I mean, his last outing, he went 2 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs to the Cardinals, and he only threw 68 pitches. When he went 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, or 7 hits, 2 runs, he went 87 pitches over 6 innings. Only 5 strikeouts in a 6-inning outing against Milwaukee, threw 102 pitches. That's for the month. So he's only had one 100-pitch outing this month, and that's over 4 outings this season, including this one. Last month, he had one 100-pitch outing right here. So if I'm them, he usually goes about 1 or 2 100-pitch outings a month, and he does it rarely, so I'm thinking maybe just an inning or more. Here's the pitch from Rodriguez to Wood, and Wood swinging a line drive, foul to be an 0-1 count. Here in the bottom of the 5th. So James Wood also now has a red seat out there in right field on the 3rd deck for his home run on the 4th of July, because it touched the 3rd deck, and it's on the 2nd row. Let's go. Here's the 0-1 to Wood. Wood swinging a ground ball, foul to be an 0-2 count. It is so cool to have a red seat. So many people probably aspire to have it. Schwarber has a red seat up there. I'm pretty sure Harper probably has one, but Schwarber I'm pretty sure has 2 or 3. Ruiz has one from 2023. He has one. 2023 he grabbed one. Here's the 0-2 to Wood. Wood swinging a ground ball. This is to the first baseman, Locklear. He will take it himself to the bag in time for out number 1. So Wood goes down. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. James Wood on the 4th of July on the first pitch from Braxton Ashcraft went up to the 3rd deck. He was aggressive. 428 feet to right, 3rd deck. A tank. So that'll now bring up Curtis Mead here with 1 out, as Rodriguez now at 71 pitches. The pitch to Mead is going to be a curveball in there called strike 1. So it's an 0-1 count. Curtis Mead is a hitter that you will see when the other righties get taken out of the order, when a lefty or a righty comes into the game, he'll say in. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be outside ball 1. So it's a 1-1 count with a sinker. I noticed that about Mead a lot, is the fact that they have a lot more leeway with him facing righties. They know he can get a hit off a righty as well. He's not in there just to face lefties. The 1-1. And Mead takes a fastball upstairs, ball 2, so it's a 2-1 count. Chaparro, on the other hand, same with, Ford, you haven't really seen it, but Cruz, they'll let him face him. Same with Young. But Cruz and Young are starters as righties. Here comes the 2-1 to Mead. Mead takes a curveball, low ball 3. Mead will hit 2nd and 3rd against a lefty, and he'll hit 5th against righties. And it's not like the guy changes dramatically between the two. So it will be a 3-1. Here's the pitch to Mead. And he takes a pitch in there, called strike 2. That fastball clipped the outer part of the zone, so it will be a 3-2 count. He's hitting 281 against lefties, 241 against righties. So decent numbers there. Home run-wise, he has 7 of them against lefties. 10 of them have come against righties. They're willing to give him starts there, too. He'll get a start against a righty. Here's the 3-2 to Curtis Mead. Mead takes a pitch, low ball 4. So that's the 2nd walk of the evening for Curtis Mead. Staying patient right there. So runner at first here with 1 out, and that'll bring up Andres Chaparro here with 1 away. Chappie coming to the plate. So 1 out here, runner at first, and that'll bring up Andres Chaparro. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Let's go Chappie right here. You're facing a lefty. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Let's rip right here, Chappie. Let's go to work. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. Swing and a miss on an inside sinker. It's an 0-1 count. Took a big hack at that one. He wanted a rake right there. He was thinking tank. We'll be an 0-1 now. 0-1 here with 1 out. Rodriguez sets. Here comes the 0-1 to Chappie. Here's the pitch. Chaparro swings and lines this one down the first base line, but foul, and it will be an 0-2 count now. So 0-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Rodriguez now up to 79 pitches. And this has been a good game for the Nationals. I think this has been a decent game. Maybe not for the hitters, but I feel like the field is working well, as well as the pitchers. I mean, Littell having a decent outing. Here's the 0-2 to Chaparro. That's outside, ball one. Can't clip the zone. That looks like it was there. It'll be a 1-2 count. That looked like it may have been there. So it'll be 1-2 here. Rodriguez looking in to face Chaparro. Coming set is Rodriguez. It'll be a 1-2 to Chappie. Here's the pitch from Rodriguez. Chaparro swinging a ground ball. That's to the shortstop, though. Perdomo goes to second. Throw to first in time for the double play as Chaparro is slow as molasses. So that's a double play, and the Diamondbacks are out of that situation after walking Curtis Mead. They get a 6-4-3 double play, so that'll end the inning, everybody. No hits in the inning, a walk, no runners left on base after the double play. We are through 5, everybody. It is a 2-2 game. We're all knotted up at 2 here. Through 5 innings as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Arenado, Kepler, and Locklear will hit in the top of the 6th for the Diamondbacks. Here you go, everybody. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. Tonight's been a pretty successful stream so far, especially for a Nats game as well. But here we go to the top of the 6th. Real chance for the Nationals to try to explode on offense next inning. Right here, you're hoping you can get Arenado out and then cruise through the next few hitters. Because the important part is you got to get out the next few. You want to cruise through them, though. You don't want to just relax back now that you're facing probably some lesser-known arms. But right here, you don't need to be laser-locked. You can be ready to go. You can cruise in, but you don't want to fully just go cruise control. It's very important that you kind of hold your play right now. Just hold where you are. So here we go. Top of the 6th, Arenado, Kepler, and Locklear. Kepler's raking. I mean, 1 for 2 on the day and had that good hit to center. And a guy, Arenado, has grounded out and flied out to foul territory. Looks like for the Red Wings today, their lineup was Glasser, Franklin, Ortiz, House, Pinckney, Lipscomb, Weimer, Adams, Wallace, and Trevor Williams. Or excuse me, that's Williams. And Trevor Williams took them out. Caden Williams. Who is that? Caden Williams. And then Trevor Williams took the mound for the Rochester Red Wings. So there's a very real shot that Trevor Williams is ready to go soon. Trevor Williams could be ready to take the mound. We'll check up on his rehab assignment here as we get going in the top of the 6th. But it would be really nice for him to be ready to go at any point as we go to the top of the 6th. Get another arm in the bullpen or even in the rotation. It'd be really nice to get those guys going. Looks like they're tied at 6 as the pitch is outside, ball 1 to Arenado. Once again, if you're going to miss somewhere to Nolan Arenado, you better miss outside. If you're going to come after Arenado, you best not miss. Littell comes set. It'll be a 1-0 to Arenado. Here comes the pitch. And Arenado takes a sinker upstairs, ball 2. So it will be a 2-0 count now. Well, being tied at 6 is not good for a rehab assignment, especially if it's a pitcher that's rehabbing, because that shows he didn't do well. Or maybe it's just all the bullpen. Here comes the 2-0, and that's going to be away ball 3, so it's a 3-0 count. Williams worked 4 1/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. He gave up 4 home runs. Yikes. So it'll be 3-0 here. Here's the 3-0 from Littell, and that's going to be right in there, called strike 1 with a slider, so it'll be a 3-1 count. What's up with the Red Wings and all the players with the same last name? Williams, Young, and those 2 pitchers. Who is it? Kent. So you had Kent, Williams, Young. Superhero names. Here's the 3-1. In there, called strike 2. Top part of the zone with a sinker, so it'll be a 3-2 count. Clips it that time. Good job. Got the zone, so it'll be 3-2 here. Kepler on deck. Yeah, I don't know. They just all have similar names. They must really like... Maybe they're all siblings. They all went to the same team. They're all related somehow. So we'll be a 3-2 here from Littell. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul, and we'll do 3-2 again. That was an outside pitch. Arenado kind of reaches out to just hit it foul. Yet today, I don't think... Williams doesn't have much more time to rehab, though. There's a certain period where you have to finish rehabbing. He's going to have to be called up soon. Same with Jake Irvin. He's going to have to be called up soon. These guys are going to have to be ready soon. So to be a 3-2 here. Coming set is going to be Littell. It'll be a 3-2 to Arenado. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. This one is in foul ground. Ford is under it. Ford looking for it. He's tracking it. And Harry Ford, the catcher, makes the catch a few steps behind the plate for out number 1. Littell in cruise control now is really settled in here. He's just retiring guys back and forth. That's 10 in a row for Zach Littell put out. Really not nice to see, though, in the top of the 7th. They're tied at 6. Be nice if the Nationals could put up 6 here, but here we go. 1 out. That'll bring up Max Kepler. Got a lefty-righty right here. Coming sets Littell. Pitch to Kepler right here. And Kepler takes a splitter outside, ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count now. It'd be really nice for someone like Irvin to be ready to go by Monday, because Irvin needs to be ready soon. Here's the 1-0 to Kepler, and that's going to be in there, called strike 1, so it's a 1-1 count. He was 2-4 before with a 5.23, but he's a consistent guy. He was in All-Star talks in 2024, at least first half. Comes the 1-1 from Littell. Here's the pitch to Kepler. Kepler swinging a miss right through a sinker, so it's a 1-2 count. He is now at AA Harrisburg. He started with the FCL Nationals, then went to AA Harrisburg. No updates since then. So it'll be a 1-2 here. Now time called by Kepler right here. He's going to take a timeout. 1-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Littell sets. It'll be a 1-2 to Kepler. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right, but Cruz is under it. Dylan Cruz camps. He's there. And Dylan Cruz makes the catch for out number 2. Good work by Dylan Cruz, and there's 2 outs now. Excuse me, everybody. Could at least turn off the camera just here for a hot second. Just for 1 second. So here we go. Zach Littell will now face Locklear here with 2 outs. Just had to turn off the camera there for a second, everybody. So 2 outs. Let's go up to 7:33. Here's the pitch to Locklear, and he lines this one to left center. That's a base hit. James Wood will chase after that one in left center. Locklear will stop at first, but that ends the run for Zach Littell. He had a great run going now, but that is ended by the Locklear base hit. That was 11 retired in a row, and then he gives up a base hit to Locklear. But here he is in the top of the 6th. He's settling in. Has now faced Del Castillo right here. I mean, get us to the 7th. That is a great outing by Littell right here. And let's hope we only have to play 9 because the Nationals get the win before then. That'd be really nice. Get the win before. Littell looks in for his sign now, and he'll step off right here. So maybe Locklear was getting too big of a lead right there. Littell comes set. Here comes the pitch to Del Castillo from Littell. And he'll step off. They'll go to second as the runner's on the move. The throw gets away from Abrams. Littell one-hop the throw. Oh my gosh. Littell and Abrams. You can't do that. That was an easy out. On the move was Locklear. He thought he went. Locklear breaks early. So Littell steps off, lobs it over to Abrams, who tries to pick it out of the ground, and he loses it. So now there's a runner at second for Del Castillo, and he swings and misses at a splitter, and it's an 0-1 count. Oh my gosh, you cannot let that happen. That's got to be an easy out. That has to be the most easy out you can see. That is not okay. Littell lobbed it over, too, and then Abrams can't hold on to the ball. So it'll be 0-1 here. Littell sets. Here's the pitch to Del Castillo. Swing and a miss, and another splitter in the dirt. Gets him to chase. So they're going to give him a stolen base. He gets credit for the stolen base that time when Abrams missed the ball. They had him dead to rights. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. Littell sets. 0-2 to Del Castillo. Here's the pitch. And Del Castillo called. Strike 3 on a splitter. 3 straight splitters. And Littell gets the strikeout looking. Strikeout number 5 for Zach Littell. So we're to the bottom of the 5th, everybody. That is the second time he's gotten Del Castillo out on the strikeout. What to the bottom of the 6th? 1 hit in the inning, 1 man left on base. What to the bottom of the 6th? Still a 2-2 game. What to the bottom of the 6th? It'll be Abrams, Cruz, and Young. Once again, same order back in the 4th. Getting closer to that 7th inning stretch, everybody. Well, let's go to this screen for a second. Show off the bobbleheads for a little while. I showed these off during the Rochester game. That was the first game you got to see them. That's my bobblehead collection right there. Been accumulated over, I'd like to say 10 years, 11 years. That's how long, at least my family's been collecting bobbleheads, and my family is really into baseball, so bobbleheads is a big part of being a Nats fan. So that's the collection once again. We went through a lot of them, yesterday. One thing I didn't point out was the Mariano Rivera Yankees Hall of Fame. So, a plaque from the Yankees Hall of Fame. It's on the bottom row in the back. I think it's an interesting little giveaway. I got it when I went to Yankee Stadium. I have not been back there since. I can't even remember the year, but I remember the experience so well. It was me and my dad. I'm pretty sure I wore Nats gear, but that was one of the stadiums I've been to. Time to break it open, says Mr. C. Yes, it is definitely time to break it open right here. Get runs on the board. So we go. Looks like I think it's bigger when I go to that screen, but I'm fine here. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting ones there. You got the Michael A. Taylor How to Train Your Dragon one. There's a lot of interesting bobbleheads. My favorite one I recently just got from my sister. She had it in her room, but she said I could have it, is the Jason Worth Dan Coco bobblehead. That's top row. It's the tiny one. Dan Coco and Jason Worth. That's a Potomac Nationals bobblehead. Shout out to Mr. C for getting the Captain America one, too. So we go bottom of the 6th. Shout out to Mr. C for the bobblehead and the tickets coming up for that game. So we go bottom of the 6th. CJ Abrams going to get it going for the Washington Nationals. He is one shy of franchise record by home runs for a shortstop at 25. Abrams has 24. The pitch to Abrams, and he grounds this one foul. It'll be an 0-1 count. Good job by him. Abrams just needs one home run, and he has roughly 60 games to do it. He has about 60 games, including this one. He's at 24. He just needs one, and he's been red hot lately. It'll be an 0-1 to Abrams. Here's the pitch, and Abrams swings and misses at a curveball, and it's an 0-2 count. This is a career high for him for home runs this year, as well as RBIs. So he's just doing everything a little bit better this year. So it'll be an 0-2. Here's the pitch. And Abrams swinging a ground ball. Second baseman, diving play, can't make the play. Marte can't grab that one, so CJ Abrams has himself a base hit to right field. Abrams hustled on that one. His helmet came flying off. He really wanted that base hit into right field. Thought that Marte would be able to range over, but he can't. So that's a base knock for Abrams here in the bottom of the 6th. Abrams now stands at first. He's the go-ahead run right here. At least today I've noticed he's getting on base a little bit. So he's on base now for Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz 1 for 2 on the day with a home run. A nice similar experience right here would be nice. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Swinging a fly ball. This one is hit to shallow right. Coming in is Carroll, going out is Marte. They're both in it, and it drops in between them. Throw to second is not in time. Abrams is there safely. That throw was not in time. Abrams beats it. Perdomo looking for a challenge. That was a fly ball to right field. Marte goes out. Carroll goes in. They kind of look at each other for a hot second, and that just drops right between them. Carroll's running in. Marte's going out, and then they both let it drop in front. Abrams went halfway. Smart decision by Abrams, thinking they might do that, and Abrams is into second safely here. Marte said it was Carroll's ball, and then Carroll says it's Marte's. Another mistake in communication, so Rodriguez does not like it when neither of them catch it. Cruz is probably going to get a base hit right here. So that'll bring up Jacob Young right here. Here's the pitch. Young going to show bunt. He gets it down the third base line. Third baseman grabs it. Fires to first. In time for out number 1. Young was hustling that time. So we're probably not going to get a challenge right here. Butera holding his hand. We're not going to get a challenge. So Young is out on the bunt. Sacrifice bunt by Jacob Young. But now runners at second and third. After the Cruz gets credit for a single on a fly ball to right, similar to what happened during the 2019 NLCS, where the first baseman, the second baseman, and a right fielder all went out and missed it, and none of them made the play. So Young with a sacrifice bunt. That'll bring up Harry Ford here with 2 runners in scoring position, looking for that home moment right here. No threat for a double play. Here's the pitch to Ford, and he grounds this one foul to be 0-1 count. Harry Ford has had a moment on the road already. At least see if he can get one on the road at home right here, because he's had one on the road to that home run. A nice knock here would be very nice. So 1 out here. Runners at second and third. Comes the 0-1 from Rodriguez. Ford takes a pitch. Outside ball 1. Kind of a pitch out that time. That was deliberately set up. Let's go up to 734 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. The channel is growing. Wow. The channel is getting significantly more subscribers here. So Rodriguez into the wind. It'd be a 1-1 to Ford. Ford swinging a ground ball towards the third baseman, but it will roll foul. Third baseman Arenado picks it up in foul ground, so it will be a 1-2 count. Rodriguez up to 89 pitches right here. Ford just doing something right here. Anything right here could be great. Get it going somehow. Arenado smart to let it go foul. Pick it up in foul ground. So 1-2 here, the one out. Infield was playing in just that play. We'll see if they're playing in again. Bottom of the lineup is 1 for 6 today. That's Ford, Louie, and Nunez. They have one hit, and it's a Harry Ford single on a little kind of, check swing down the third base line. A swinging bunt right there. So it'll be a 1-2. Rodriguez. We'll go into the wind right here. It'll be a 1-2 to Harry Ford. Here's the pitch. Ford swinging a miss and a fastball upstairs. That's out number 2. Strikeout number 4 for Rodriguez. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr. They don't have anyone they can pinch hit right here to send up a righty, perhaps, because Chaparro's playing first base today. Or he's the DH, so you can't send up a righty here. They probably want Louie up in this situation, a clutch hitter. Rodriguez into the line. First pitch to Garcia. Louie swinging a foul ball on a sinker, and it'd be an 0-1 count. What was worth doing at the Potomac Nationals? A rehab? Yes, Mr. C, it was a rehab assignment. Sorry if I was late to that message, but it was a rehab assignment. Let's go up to 735 subscribers. It was a rehab assignment that he made. Here's the 0-1 to Louie. That's inside, ball 1 with a sinker. Isaac just subscribed, and Soccer Star also subscribed. Let's go. Thank you so much, both of you. Looks like we're going to have Cosgrove for the 7th inning. He's warming up now. Tom Cosgrove, 7th inning, not a bad decision. The 1-1. Louie takes a curveball in the dirt, ball 2. So it will be a 2-1 count here with 2 outs. Runners at second and third here. Abrams at third. Cruz at second. Ducks are on the pond right here. Chance for Louie right here on a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Get the pitch he likes. Drive something right here. Rodriguez working out of the wind here with runners at second and third, facing a fellow lefty, Garcia. It'll be a 2-1. Here's the pitch to Louie. Garcia takes a curveball. A low ball 3, and it's a 3-1 count. So it'll be 3-1 here. Looks like Juan Murillo is up in the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. So you got Murillo up for the Dbacks, and you have Cosgrove up for the Nationals. It'll be a 3-1. Here's the pitch to Louie. Garcia swinging a fly ball. Third base side, that'll get out of play. So do 3-2 right here. 3-2 here with 2 outs. 15 to 750. If 1,000 is a home run, then 750 is a triple. Yeah, only 15 to go, and we're at 750 subscribers, and then 250 away from 1,000, which doesn't seem like a lot when you look at the 750, the fact that we were up to 750 by that point. It'll be a 3-2 to Louie. Here's the pitch. Garcia takes a changeup, low and away, ball 4. The bases are going to be loaded for Nasim Nunez here with 2 outs. So Nunez is going to get a shot in a clutch situation. We might get a pinch hitter right here, though, or at least a new pitcher. So it looks like we are going to get a new pitcher right here, or this may be the pitching coach, but Diamondbacks pitching coach coming out for a visit right here. Rodriguez talking it up with his infield. So we're probably just going to get a mound visit right here. This is not the manager. This is pitching coach Kaplan right here. So that'll keep the bases loaded here. Garcia over to first, Cruz at second, Abrams at third. Coming up to the plate, Nasim Nunez. Nunez, a good hitter. I think I'd want Nunez up in this situation. Not a bad situation for Smoonez right here. Not a bad situation for him at all. I mean, it's not like his numbers are terrible. He is still hitting .252 with a home run and 30 runs driven in, 37 stolen bases, 73 hits on the year. He is still pretty good for a starter. A 5'8", 165 starter. So bases loaded here for Smoonez, hitting from the right side here, facing Rodriguez, the lefty. It's going to be good. Cosgrove coming up in the 7th. That is a really good decision. So Rodriguez into the wind. First pitch to Nunez, and Nunez takes a curveball in there, called strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count. Chance for the Nationals really busted open right here. NL average leaders this month, Meads in first at 400, not trailing far behind in 5th, Nunez at 362, the 0-1. Nunez swinging a ground ball, this is towards the second baseman. First baseman has to come over for cover, throw to first, in time for out number 3. First baseman immediately started towards the ball, then has to go back to cover, that was Locklear. Marte makes the play, and then he fired it over to first in time for out number 3. Nunez just barely couldn't beat it, and that's out number 3. So the Nationals will strand the bases loaded with 2 outs. So we are through 6, and we're still tied at 2. So Nunez grounds out. 2 hits in the inning, no runs, 3 runners left on base. We are through 6, everybody. Nationals 2, Diamondbacks 2, right here on District Nation. Yeah, it was really fun to see Jason Worth get a rehab assignment. I saw him and Turner rehabbing at the same time in Potomac Nationals. That stadium, the old stadium, was buzzing. That was crazy. It was amazing to see that stadium up and so packed during that game. So we go to the top of the 7th right here. It's a 2-2 game. It'll be Tawa, Marte, and Carroll for the top of the 7th. Kind of smart to go to a lefty here. You're going to have to face Carroll. So I'm assuming we're going to get, maybe Littell goes back out there. It'd be nice to see Cosgrove right here. Or they let Littell face Tawa, and then they give Cosgrove the rest of the way. That'd be him basically working through the order twice. I would like that. Let a guy like Littell just face twice through the order, facing the 9-hole hitter for the second time now. Or the first guy he faced was the 9-hole hitter, so this is basically him starting his 3rd time through the order. So I'm assuming they might let him touch Tawa, and that's it. And then they'll bring in Cosgrove for the rest of the 7th inning, see how long they can get out of Cosgrove. Because Cosgrove has proved he's not just a 1-inning guy. He's a good closer. I'd want him in the 9th, but they're going to pitch him here in the 7th possibly. I always wanted Cosgrove for the 9th inning. He's a good arm. So we go top 7, everybody, getting closer to that take me out to the ball game moment. 7th inning stretch coming up. You can stay right here and sing Nationals take me out to the ball game. As here we go. He's going to stay out there. Zach Littell going to come in for a 7th inning. Once again, I think they're going to use him for maybe at most. He's at 69 pitches, but they'll probably let him work in just to start with at least Tawa here. First pitch is going to be a breaking ball in there. Called strike 1. Goes to the 77-mile-an-hour sweeper. It's an 0-1 count. 0-1 here with no outs in the top of the 7th. Here comes the 0-1 to Tawa. Swinging a fly ball. Hit to left. Going back is Wood at the track. And he makes the catch on the track for out number 1. Tawa got a good piece of that one. But James Wood makes the catch a couple steps onto the track, just a little bit in front of the wall. And there's one down here in the 7th. Another barrel by this Diamondbacks team. And sometimes I feel like this stadium likes Zach Littell a little too much, because this stadium sometimes saves him from balls that look like home runs. Here's the pitch to Marte now. That's way low and inside, ball 1 with a splitter. So it'll be a 1-0 count. A good outing is a good outing, though. So he does have 72 pitches working into the 7th inning with the opener strategy. He looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. The 1-0. And this is going to be in there, called strike 1 with a sinker. So it will be a 1-1 count now. 73 pitches now for Littell. His best outing this season was probably a 7-inning outing in Cleveland. The pitch is going to be low and in with a splitter ball, too. That was probably his best outing with the team. And even in 2026, let's go. We're up to 736 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Against Cleveland in June, or it was in May. 7 innings, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, only 1 run. The 2-1. And Marte fouls this one off. It'll be a 2-2 count. AR is here. What's up, AR? He says Dbacks winning this. All right. So we got a Dbacks fan in here. At least we got one. 2-2 here with 1 out. Looks like in the poll we got 63% of people saying Nationals, 37 Dbacks. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch from Littell to Marte. Swinging a foul ball. We'll do 2-2 again right here. So looks like they are going to let Littell see more than just one batter, Tawa. Maybe even let him see Carroll. I mean, you're facing Marte from the left side anyway. Coming set's going to be Littell. It'll be a 2-2 to Marte. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, right field. That's going to be a base hit. Cruz will chase after this one. He'll grab it. Ketel Marte going to stay at first with a single to right field. So runner at first here with 1 out. Just a nice rope into right field for a base knock for Ketel Marte. So there's a base hit to right with a 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Base hit for Ketel Marte. So runner at first here with 1 out. And looks like Blake Butera is going to make the call. 10-pitch Cosgrove is going to come into the game wearing number 34. Let's go. The new Harper will come into the game right here. Cosgrove coming into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, now pitching for your Nationals, number 34, Tom Cosgrove. So Cosgrove's going to take over right here after a good outing from Zach Littell. I don't want people to get discouraged after Littell's outing today because it was very good. It is scoreless. That's the thing. It's a scoreless outing. So that's really good, the fact that it's a scoreless outing. So we go to the top of the 7th here with 1 out. And Tom Cosgrove coming into the game right here. First lefty out of the bullpen. Littell was the first man. Now you get Cosgrove, the second man out of the pen. Good outing of bulk relief for Zach Littell. We got to agree on that as Tom Cosgrove will come into the game here. We'll get some numbers in a minute after we finalize Littell's line. But Tom Cosgrove coming up to the mound here. 5 innings worked by Littell, and a beautiful 5 innings too. A good 5 innings. We don't know his run total just yet, but hit total? He gave up 4 hits, which is great. Really good outing for him. 4 hits, no runs yet. So if Cosgrove can hold this right here, he'll have a 0-run inning. Only all 2 runs of the game were given to Palmquist, so no runs yet for Littell. And he did walk a couple guys. That's the thing. We're not concerned as much about the walks. He had 1 walk, actually. So that was 3 walks for Palmquist then, 1 for Littell. And he had 5 strikeouts. Way to put him away, Zach Littell. Good outing for Zach Littell right here. That's the thing. Decent outing as a bulk reliever. He had a good outing. That is what I'm going to say here. When people ask about this outing, it was a good bulk relief outing. 5 innings. You got to see it this way. That technically, because it was the opener strategy, you got 6 1/3 out of your starter. Because it's Palmquist and Littell combined, you got 6 1/3 out of your starter. Good. That's a good number. So if you didn't notice, the 2027 schedule has been released for the Washington Nationals, and they're going to start at home, Philly, and then New York at home. Then they'll head to Philly, but really great. They're going to get to play opening day at home. So they go to Chicago much later this year, which is really great. Not going to be in the freezing cold of Chicago to start the year. Tom Cosgrove coming to the mound. First pitch to Corbin Carroll is going to be a sweeper outside, ball 1. So it's a 1-0 count. Tom Cosgrove, 10-pitch Cosgrove. 4 games this season, a couple holds. No ERA just yet, and he has a save as well. A K percent of 23.5. People strike out a lot against him. Here's the 1-0 that is in there, called strike 1 with a fastball at 88 miles an hour to be a 1-1 count. A sweeper and a fastball. Really all you're going to get from Cosgrove really just going to throw you that, and that's it. Cosgrove comes set. It'll be a 1-1 to Carroll. Here's the pitch. Carroll swinging a ground ball through the hole on the right. Cruz will grab this one. Stopping at second is going to be Marte. The throw is towards Abrams, playing around second base. Base hit for Corbin Carroll here with 1 out. Sets the first batter Cosgrove faces. He gives up a base hit here. Cosgrove, as we mentioned, had a 1.75 ERA. I mentioned this during the pregame show today. He had a 1.75 ERA over 54 games in his first season with San Diego. Was it a fluke? Maybe. But those are numbers I want out of a good bullpen arm. So Cosgrove has the potential to be a good arm for this team. So I'm going to bring up Perdomo now from the right side, and he takes a sweeper high and away, ball 1, so it'll be a 1-0 count. A 1-0 here with a 1 out in the top of the 7th. By this point, you'd want to see someone like Ribalta for the 8th have Crook for the 9th if you're using Cosgrove now. Or use Crook as the 8th inning guy, because we said we don't really run him in the 9th. Here comes the 1-0 from Cosgrove. That's going to be upstairs, ball 2 with a fastball, so it's a 2-0 count. So by this point, you don't really have the guy who is your closer for the past 2 days. You'd probably maybe for the 9th, if it's a save situation. Honestly, why not try Cornelio for the 9th? Why not? The 2-0 from Cosgrove. That's going to be way inside, ball 3. It is late July. We need to find a closer. That's the thing. Maybe at the deadline we need to get one. We need a closer because we need to win these games. You can't have Orlando Ribalta coming in those types of games. A guy who on save situations this year is 2 for 5. Here's the 3-0 from Cosgrove. That's going to be high and away, ball 4. So the bases are loaded after Cosgrove gives up a walk. So the bases are loaded. Moving up to first is Perdomo after the 4th pitch walk. Moving up to second is going to be Carroll. And up to third anyway is Marte. So runners at first, second, and third. We're all loaded here, and Simon Matthews will come out to have a talk with Tom Cosgrove right here. But Orlando Ribalta is probably your 9th inning guy today because you're probably not going to try Cornelio here. Let's go. We just gained another subscriber up to 737. So it looks like Disney's going to warm up now. Orlando Ribalta going to get warmed up now. He's throwing off the mound right here. Well, don't say anything just yet, AR. That's the thing. Don't say anything. I have said that so many times to other guys and people who have come in here, other teams, and we have taken it. So it looks like Blake Butera. Is he calling for the infield in right here? There's something I thought I wouldn't hear from DN. Try Cornelio in the 9th. Yep, I didn't think I'd say it, but here we go. It'll be Gabriel Moreno here with the bases loaded. Let's go up to 738 subscribers. Just 2 away from 740 now. Cosgrove sets. Here's the pitch to Moreno. Ooh, nice sweeper in there. Sweeps into the zone. And it'll be an 0-1 count. Sid's here. He says update the stats. All right, I can update that right now. It just froze for a little while. So it'll be 0-1 here with 1 out. Cosgrove comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Moreno, and he swings and hits a fly ball, left field. Wood gets behind it. He'll make the catch, but coming up to score is going to be Marte. That's out number 2. Throw will be towards third. Marte scores. It's a 3-2 game. Sack fly for Gabriel Moreno, all they really needed to do right there. So that run will be towards Littell. So the run will be earned to Littell as it's Marte. So it is a 3-2 game. Diamondbacks take the lead. So now, coming up to the plate is Nolan Arenado. Runners at first and second here with 2 outs. Thanks. All right, I got you, Sid. We're just 2 away from 740 subscribers. Now, Tom Cosgrove, they're going to get the call right here. Blake Butera is going to come out here after Cosgrove. Only faces 3 guys. They're going to go to Disney now. Orlando Rebalta is going to come into the game right here after 3 batters faced for Cosgrove. That's the thing about the bullpen here. Butera's got to have some faith in the guys. I mean, now he only works a third of an inning. So only a third of an inning from Cosgrove. By that point, it's pretty useless. So 1 run ends up being the total for Littell. And Cosgrove, we don't know the run total just yet, but looks like they're going to go to Disney right here. So a lot of arms are going to be used now. It's a 3-2 game, everybody. So Cosgrove will take over. Will be done now, and they will bring up Orlando Rebalta out of the pen. Disney will take over right here. So Disney's going to take over right here. 1 walk, no strikeouts for Cosgrove. He gives up a sac fly for his only out. Thanks for subscribing, Sid. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. Here we go. Top of the 7th, everybody. Nationals now are trailing by 1. So they're going to need the top of the order to get something going in the bottom of the 7th. You'll have Wood coming up and then Meade and Shappy. But that'd be really nice. But 2 outs now at Orlando Rebalta taking over for the Nationals right here. I mean, this team is missing a lot of its firepower in the bullpen. You have significantly less arms and less good arms, too. They're not studs here. I mean, Matt Crook, Max Kranick, Carson Palmquist, Orlando Rebalta. It's not like we have studs in the bullpen. We have Yeen. Yeen's pretty good, but I thought Cosgrove would be the guy right there, but instead they don't want him to face Arenado right here. And honestly, I get the decision. It is Nolan Arenado right here. So here we go. Top of the 7th right here, 3-2 game, 2 outs. And Orlando Rebalta will come on to face Nolan Arenado. Probably the only batter he's going to face this game. He has 8 holds, so he's been a good guy out of the pen to get holds. Maybe not the best guy when it comes to saves, though. A 1.20 whip. 31 games, and a 3.81 ERA. So the numbers aren't terrible, to be honest. He has 25 strikeouts, over 28 and a third. He had that great outing where he had a couple strikeouts in the game on Tuesday. He had the outing, and it ended up not being worth it, though. Coming set to Rebalta. Here's the pitch to Arenado. That's going to be away, ball 1. Throw to second. Not in time on the stolen base. So they went to the second base. Corbin Carroll had third base. So they tried to get Perdomo at second, and Harry Ford can't. So 2 stolen bases. Up to second is Perdomo. Up to third is Carroll. So runners at second and third now with 2 outs. So that eliminates this. So runners at second and third here with 2 outs. I hope this trade deadline is fun this year. Oh, yeah. It's always fun to follow the trade deadline. Rebalta comes set. Here comes the 1-0 to Ford, or to Arenado, and that's inside ball 2. Is Arizona going to win? I don't know yet. We're still on the top of the 7th here. Anything can happen right here. Literally anything. So 2-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Arenado up to the plate here. I mean, a righty-righty matchup. Really good, especially when you're facing Arenado. You don't really want, I mean, thinking about it now, you don't want Cosgrove facing him there. The 2-0 to Arenado. Check swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire. Surewater. Not a surefire call that time from Surewater, but I mean, his name is Surewater and not surefire. So to be 3-0 here, Rebalta would not like, you don't really want to walk Arenado here. Bring up Kepler. Here's the 3-0. That's going to be loaded away, ball 4. So the bases will be loaded here. So when we say the bullpen's going to be good, and then we remember it's our bullpen. We remember it's Nationals bullpen. So the bases are loaded here with 2 outs. So Rebalta here with 2 outs looking to face Max Kepler right here. That was the thing. Cosgrove could have done that. He could have walked Rebalta, and we could have gotten to Kepler. And then you have Cosgrove facing him. Coming set's going to be Rebalta. Here's the pitch to Kepler. Swing! Going to miss at a slider, and it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here with 2 outs. Let's go. We got a ton of people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Help out the channel. We got a ton of people in here right now. So 0-1 here with 2 outs as Kepler swings through that slider. Rebalta comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Kepler. Here's the pitch. That's blown away, ball 1 with a changeup. So it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Rebalta looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 1-1 to Kepler. Here's the pitch from Rebalta. He delivers. Swing! And a miss at a slider, and it's a 1-2 count. He goes to the slider, so 1-2 here with 2 outs. A strikeout here would be amazing. Then you've only given up 1 run, which is really good then. Rebalta looking for his sign. He shakes off a couple times. 1-2. The walkathon continues. Yeah. Or excuse me. No, that is not what I wanted to do right there. The walkathon continues. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Looks like we got a pitch comm violation. Okay. Is this on Rebalta? I believe it's on Rebalta. But 1-2 here with 2 outs. Here's the pitch as Rebalta comes set. He waits. Now he delivers to Kepler. He waits, still waiting here as the clock's going down. The 1-2, swinging a fly ball right in the infield, actually. It's Nunez under it, and Nasim Nunez makes the catch for out number 3. The Nationals bullpen gets out of it, and that's out number 3. Let's go. That will end the inning, but 2 hits in the inning and a run. So 1 run given up. Cosgrove's final line, he ends up giving up 1 hit. But no runs, everybody. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. 3 runners left on base in the inning. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. We'll be back in just a moment. But for now, sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So we go, everybody, to the bottom of the 7th. James Wood will come to the plate here after 1 run on the board for the Diamondbacks. It is earned to Zach Littell here. Murillo will take over for the Diamondbacks right here. Coming set is Murillo. Here's the first pitch to James Wood. And Wood check swinging a fastball upstairs. They're going to say he went. Oh my gosh, that was a terrible call. What a terrible.
It's Enrico Palazzo.
Juan Murillo takes over. That was a terrible call by third base umpire Drake. Oh my gosh, he did not go. Comes the 0-1 count to Wood, and that's inside ball one at 99 miles an hour. Drew Rodriguez works 6 innings. Murillo will take over for the 7th. He's a righty arm now. So Wood gets that righty-lefty matchup now. It'll be a 1-1. Here's the pitch, and Wood takes a changeup in there called strike 2. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. Phew, says Mr. C. Yeah, that was great being able to get out of that right there. Really big. The 1-2 and Wood swinging a miss at a changeup, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Man, that is not good right there. Wood goes down swinging to get it started. Second time Wood struck out on the evening, but Wood, man, he did not go on that first pitch. I don't know why they said he did. He did not go. If anyone else is watching it, I think they'd agree with me. He did not go on that. So 1 out. Murillo now faces Curtis Mead, swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards shallow center, coming into the center field of Tawa, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up Andres Chaparro. But I believe we're going to get a pinch hitter right here as the lefty is now in the game. Yep, Jose Tena going to take over right here. So 2 outs. Jose Tena takes over for Andres Chaparro. So Jose Tena takes over here with 2 outs. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Getting really close to some big numbers for the channel. So now pitching coach will come out and visit here with 2 outs on the bottom of the 7th. And Jose Tena coming to the plate right here. So here we go, everybody. That'll bring up Jose Tena here with 2 outs. He'll pinch hit for Chaparro. He's had a decent day. He was 1 for 3. Career pinch hitting. 30 play appearances for Jose Tena. He's .333 with a double, 2 home runs. Had one of the clutch late-inning home runs in the weekday series against the Astros a couple weeks ago. Coming set is Murillo. Here comes the pitch to Tena. Tena swinging a miss right through a fastball at 99 miles an hour. It'll be an 0-1 count here. Tena, a good hitter, though. Jose Tena is a very good hitter. That's the thing. Good lefty slinger. 247 average. Here's the 0-1 and Tena takes a changeup outside ball 1. 5 home runs, 20 runs driven in. So 1-1 here with 2 outs. Coming set is Murillo. Here comes the 1-1 at Tena. He swings and grounds this one to the second baseman. That's Marte. He'll fire to first in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So 1-2-3 inning. Go down the Nationals. Murillo works a good 1-2-3 inning. So that will end it, everybody. We are through 7. It is the Diamondbacks 3, Nationals 2. No hits in that inning, no runs, no runners left on base. What did the 8th, everybody? It is Arizona 3, Nationals 2, right here on District Nation. As we head to the top of the 8th, it'll be Locklear, Del Castillo, and Tawa in the top of the 8th for the Diamondbacks. So we get going here for the top of the 8th. Here you go, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, Locklear will take over. Now you got to wonder who's going to come out for the Nationals. But Rodriguez worked a good 6 innings. He only gave up 7 hits. He gave up 2 runs, both of them being earned. He didn't walk too many guys. He only walked 2 guys, and he had 6 strikeouts. Or 4 strikeouts, excuse me. So he had 4 strikeouts. Good outing for him. I mean, he got the swing and miss, and he doesn't usually get the swing and miss much. Usually people are hitting for contact against him, but he goes for the swing and miss today. So we go. Top 8 right here. Be nice for the Nationals. Get a quick inning right here, then get back on the board in the bottom of the 8th. Then set it up for the 9th. You can have Crook probably come out and do some work. As here we go to the top of the 8th. So it's like Jose Tena. They're saying he's remaining in the game, but he's the DH, so he stays there anyway. I could see them pinch hitting next inning for Jacob Young and then subbing in. Well, the DH right now is Tena, so maybe they'd send up Vivas and then put Tena into the game of some sort. Something like that. So looks like the Red Wings lost 7-6 to the Buffalo Bison. So here we go, everybody. Top of the 8th right here. Locklear's going to lead it off in the top of the 8th. This is a very important series for the Nationals, though. Getting it would be huge. The pitch from Walta is way inside ball 1 to Locklear, so it's an 0-1 count. So 1-0 here with no outs in the top of the 8th. Rabalta looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 1-0 to Locklear, the fellow righty, a righty-righty matchup. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. He's out in front of a slider, so it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with no one out in the top of the 8th. 3-2 game. Diamondbacks have the lead. Coming set to Rabalta. Comes the 1-1 to Locklear. He delivers. Check swing. They're not going to appeal on. They might appeal on this one, will they? No, says first base umpire Sherwater. If you're going to ring up James Wood earlier today, you got to call him on that one. You got to call him on that one if you're going to ring up James Wood. He did not go that far. Rabalta comes set. It'll be a 2-1 to Locklear. Here's the pitch to Rabalta. Swinging a ground ball. This is fouled on third base line, and it will be a 2-2 count now. Top of the 8th, 3-2 game. Man, interesting move right there, staying with Rabalta here in the 8th instead of going to an arm. I mean, you do have a 6-game stretch coming up here, first of 6 games across the next week. Here comes the 2-2. Just blown away ball 3, so it will be a 3-2 count. And the Diamondbacks will have Kevin Ginkel up, warming up, so he's getting ready to go. Ginkel warming up in the bullpen. So it'll be a 3-2 here. Rabalta comes set. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Rabalta sets down Locklear for out number 1. Predictions on Atlanta versus Baltimore. I think Atlanta would actually take that because Atlanta, I think, is a better team. Let's go. We're up to 739 subscribers. I think Atlanta would end up taking that series. Let's go. One more subscriber away from 740 now. Coming set is Rabalta. He will face Del Castillo now. Adrian Del Castillo, a lefty. Here's the pitch. Called strike 1. He's a switch hitter, actually, hitting from the left side. Kevin Ginkel comes up. He's 4-3 with a 3.21 ERA over 45 games. Not the worst guy to see. I mean, it's not like he's a shutdown pitcher. He's not Mason Miller. He bleeds red. Here comes the 0-1 to Del Castillo. Swing and a miss at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and it will be an 0-2 count now. Their leader in saves is Paul Sewald with 23. He's 23 of 25. That is, maybe he'll go to if he's still on the roster. It'll be 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's low ball 1. It'd be a 1-2 count. He only has 25, though. So it looks like he is up at the big league level, so he's not injured or anything, so they're probably going to see Sewald, who has a lot of saves and has been a good arm at the age of 36. He's closing out games. So it'll be 1-2 here. Rabalta looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Del Castillo. He delivers. Swing and a miss on a sword swing on an upstairs 98-mile-an-hour fastball. 2 strikeouts in a row for Orlando Rabalta. Disney's cooking now. So 2 outs now. Rabalta with a couple strikeouts. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Tawa here with 2 away. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He has an RBI as well. Coming set is going to be Rabalta. Here's the pitch to Tawa. That's going to be a curveball slapped to center field. Coming in is Young, and he can't get it. That slider actually hammered to center field for a base hit for Tawa, and that is his 2nd hit on the day. So Rabalta's going to have to face the top of the order now. Young couldn't get to that ball, but I don't think any coach or pitcher even expects him to get to that. That was a solid base hit to left center. Young started towards right first and then has to range over towards left center. He couldn't make the play. So 2 outs here. That'll bring up Ketel Marte. Rabalta comes set. Here comes the pitch to Ketel Marte. He delivers, and Marte takes a slider in there, called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count. Dan's back. He says, I'm back, District. What's up, Dan? So 0-1 here with 2 outs. Marte up to the plate here. Coming set is going to be Rabalta. Comes the 0-1 from Disney, who's now at 20 pitches. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Bring him up and sit him down right there. So it's an 0-2 count. Go up, sit down, high fastball for a swing and miss. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. Rabalta. Nice pitch right here could mean big for the Nationals now. Rabalta comes set. It'll mean 0-2 to Marte. Here's the pitch to Ketel Marte from Rabalta. He waits and goes. Just low ball one. Harry Ford's going to challenge, though. So we're getting an ABS challenge. That looks like it may have touched. We'll get the pitch. Here's the pitch. It's a strike. Harry Ford with the ABS challenge says, sit down, Ketel Marte. Orlando Rabalta gives up 1 hit, but he strikes out the side. 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, 3 strikeouts in the inning. He strikes out Locklear and Del Castillo swinging and sets down Marte looking. An ABS challenge successful for Harry Ford.
Thank you.
So we will head to the bottom of the 8th, everybody. Nationals still trail by 1 right here, but Rabalta does his job out of the pen. Marte is injured. Yeah. Well, he seems to be working right now. So we go. Looks like it may be Kevin Ginkel here for the bottom of the 8th. Sid says cinema. It is cinema right here with the way this game's going. So we're to the bottom of the 8th, everybody. So it'll be Abrams, Cruz, and Young in the bottom of the 8th, everybody. Let's go. Scoreless inning for Orlando Rabalta. Good work by him. Excuse me, just had to take the headphones off there for a second as we get going here. Bottom of the 8th, Nationals could use some offensive power right here. Let's get runs on the board right here. Put runs on the board, score. Have you seen our bullpen? Score more runs. That's one thing going through my head for now. So here we go, everybody. So here we go. Bottom 8. Way to go, Disney. And a third great challenge from Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari has been good with the ABS challenges. Good job for Harry Ford. So here we go. So CJ Abrams will come to the plate right here. Yeah, great challenge from Ford. I think the thing with Ford is the fact that he had so much AAA experience. He got a lot of experience at the AAA level, so he could really improve at doing ABSs. He got good at it, as now we'll get a change in the field, but I don't think Ginkel's taking over right here. We'll get any changes right here ready to go. Are they going to stay with the same arm? Yes, it will be Ginkel for the 8th. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Swinging, he pops this one up. Catcher looking for it in foul ground. Still looking, he's under it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Moreno makes the catch for out number 1. Abrams, our best situation, is down for out number 1. So now Dylan Cruz will come to the plate. So here we go. 1 out now. Dylan Cruz coming to the plate. Ginkel gets the first out he sees. Murillo worked a good 7th. Now Ginkel worked the 8th. It's kind of interesting when you're playing a team with a bullpen. 1 out here and Dylan Cruz to hit. Here's the pitch, and Cruz takes a breaking ball in there. Called strike 1 with a slider. So 0-1 here. 0-1 here with the 1 out. Ginkel looks in, he comes set. It'll be 0-1 to DC3. DC has a nice little swing in the game. The pitch, and Cruz takes a slider in there. Called strike 2. 0-2 here with the 1 out. Ginkel, 45 games, a 4-3 record as we mentioned, a 3.21 ERA. He bleeds red. It's not like this guy is unhittable. There are some relievers out there who I think are legitimately unhittable. Like Mason Miller, I don't want to face. So it'll be 0-2 here to Cruz. Here's the pitch. Cruz, check swing. Did he go? Yes, says home plate umpire. And that's out number 2. So 2 outs now. Cruz down on the check swing. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Ginkel gets the strikeout. So Ginkel sets down Abrams and Cruz. So there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up Jacob Young now. JY to come to the plate. Sid says guys like the stream. Yes. Thank you so much, Sid. Listen to Sid right there. He's speaking facts right now. And here we go. Dalen Lyle to pinch hit right here for Jacob Young. Dalen Lyle to get his pinch hit opportunity. Here in the 8th. So Lyle will come off the bench right here. Here's the pitch to Lyle. First pitch is a breaking ball. Called strike one up in the zone. So it looks like Vargas is now in at first and Barossa is into center field. Vargas playing first. So it'll be an 0-1. Here's the pitch to Lyle, and that's upstairs. Ball 1. So it'll be 1-1 here with 2 outs. But thank you so much, Sid, for the support. Coming sets Ginkle. It'll be a 1-1 to Dalen Lyle. Here's the pitch. Lyle swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Tawa at the track, but he's under it. Just a couple steps in front of the track for out number 3. That'll end the inning. Lyle got under it, got a good piece of it, but that'll end it. This game would be totally different if they didn't call that swing on wood. That swing, he did not go. He did not go. We need to get that ABS challenge, the automatic swing challenge, soon, because this is terrible that James Wood, our best hitter, was out on a bad call. That's the thing. As we're at the top of the 9th, everybody, we'll bring it back to the bobblehead screen just for an inning right here, just for a half inning. Wait here as we head to the 9th. No hits in the inning, no runs, no runners left on base. We are through 8, everybody. We'll head to the top of the 9th. So Vargas now into the spot at Lockler's spot at first. Vargas there, and Barossa into center. So Ildemaro Vargas, former Nat. And then you got Barossa into center field. So they're probably putting in some maybe defensive players. I never knew Vargas to be that good of a first baseman, former Nat. Dbacks have the worst first base team in the league. If that's the case, we have the worst bullpen in the league. Short innings. Yeah, short innings right here. Short innings work as we head to the top of the 9th in a 3-2 game. So I think they just slid into their slots. Looks like Disney he may stay in the game right here. You got Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno, though, 3 of these better hitters. So Vargas is into Locklear's spot in the order. Locklear's spot in the order. So he's into the field in the 8th. And then Barossa into, that is Tawa's spot. So Barossa there. So some defensive changes there, but here we go. It'll be Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno for the top of the 9th right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit before this game ends, because it looks like this is going to be a quick one. But the Washington Nationals are about to slow this one down. Get this inning quickly and then slow it down in the bottom of the 9th. Get a win. Let's go. We're up to 7. We're up to 31 likes. Let's go, everybody. Thank you so much. And we're at 59% said the Nationals there. So we go. So we go to be Corbin Carroll here to start at the top of the 9th. So Corbin Carroll here to face whoever the new arm may be right here. Here's the pitch. Oh, boy. The pitch is going to be grounded to the second baseman, Nunez. He fields, fires to first in time for out number 1. So Panic Kranick now into the game. Max Kranick will take over right here. Interesting move by Butera going to Kranick right here. That's interesting to me that we go to Kranick right here. Max Kranick does not have good numbers with the team, but they want him in right now. They want Kranick in. So that's an interesting move as Carroll grounds out for out number 1. So Kranick did get an out. Panic Kranick. He'll make you panic. But in the end, he'll go all Kranick. So Kranick sets right here. Here's the first pitch now to Geraldo Perdomo. And he takes a pitch. Called strike 1 with a curveball. That was not in the zone, but it will be called strike. So Lyle is now into the game to left field. And now defensive switch left field to right field for James Wood. We'll get you updated in a minute. We'll get you updated on all these. It'll be an 0-1. Here's the pitch to Moreno. Swinging a fly ball foul to be no 2 count. So Lyle went in for Young's spot, who is now in left field. Wood is now in right field, and Cruz takes over in left field. Or excuse me, Cruz is now in center field. Cruz is a good center fielder, too. Coming set is Kranick. I mean, 0-2 to Perdomo. Here's the pitch. Perdomo swings and fouls this one off, so do 0-2 again right here. Cruz is a decent center fielder. Let's hope he's Mad Max and not Panic Krennic. Exactly. Let's get Mad Max right here. Get Mad Max going instead of Panic Krennic. So to be 0-2 here. Panic Krennic, come set. Here's the 0-2. Outside. Ball wanted to be a 1-2 count now. Can't get the call. So Lyle's in left. Cruz in center. Wood is now in right. So plenty of changes for this squad right here. Krennic comes set. I mean, 0-2 to Perdomo. Here's the pitch. That's way upstairs. Ball 2, so it'll be a 2-2 count. Or excuse me, it's a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here. Fouled off the first. He got a called strike, foul ball. Excuse me. So it'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Out to shallow left, ranging over is Lyle towards the line. Dalen Lyle makes the catch for out number 2. Dalen Lyle covering a lot of ground right there to make the catch. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. So now you got Ford, Garcia, and Nunez coming up in the 9th, who are probably going to have to face this squad's closer right here. They're probably going to end up having to face the closer right here. So we go to the 9th. They'll probably have to see Paul Sewald right here. So 2 outs, top of the 9th. Krennic has gotten 2 quick outs right here. So he's been playing more like Mad Max and not Panic Krennic. Krennic sets. First pitch to Moreno is going to be swung on and missed at a fastball up in the zone, and it's an 0-1 count. Sewald, 2-5 on the season with a 4.71 ERA. 40 games, 23 saves. He's been doing good work. That's the thing. I'd like to have a closer. He's 23 at 25. The 0-1 from Krennic. Swinging a ground ball. This is towards the shortstop. Abrams makes a nice play on the run. Fires to first in time for out number 3. And the Nationals went to the bottom of the 9th, trailing by 1. They just need 1 run to tie, 2 to win. So there you go, everybody. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Nationals 2, Diamondbacks have 3. So they're probably going to end up going to Sewald in this game. So 0 put on the board in the 9th. Good work by Panic Krennic. So Sewald probably come out for the 9th at the age of 36. You got to get to this guy, though. If it's a righty, that's good, though, because you could pinch hit Ruiz probably. You can pinch hit Ruiz for Ford. Louis coming up to the plate, excuse me, and Nunez will hit. So good hitters coming up to face a righty, excuse me, on that burp just slipped out. So here we go, bottom of the 9th, everybody. We'll check here when the changes come in if they're going to go to Paul Sewald right here if they do. He's 2-5, though, so he has more losses than wins, but he has saves, which don't count as wins to the closer. That usually goes to the starter. I mean, it's probably more impressive to get saves than wins, to be honest, because wins, you can have the offense really help you out. Saves, it's you. It's just you. Paul Sewald. His most saves was in 2023 when he played for 2 teams. That was Seattle and Arizona. He had 21 saves with Seattle, 13 with Arizona. He had 34 total. He's always been having save situations. He had 16 of 20 in 2024. And this year he has 40 games, and he's 23 of 25. So here we go, guys. Looks like it will be Sewald for the 9th. So Murillo and Ginkel both work good innings with only 1 strikeout each. And no walks and no hits each. So no runs, no walks, no hits, and a strikeout each. So now it'll be Sewald for the 9th. Kind of a surefire closer right here. An old guy, too. 36 years old. And he's still up here closing out games. Then again, the Nationals have Foster Griffin, who... Oh, yeah, it's rally time, everybody. Mr. C, if you have a hat on. Any other Nationals fans out there, it's rally cap time. So put your rally cap on. Get loud, everybody. I'm going to throw it on probably, if my hat will let me. So here we go, everybody. Rally cap is on right here, and Paul Sewald will take over. So everybody, get your rally cap on if you have it. Here in the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Ford, Garcia Jr., and Nunez for the bottom of the 9th. So put your rally caps on, everybody, if you're wearing a hat. So here we go, bottom of the 9th inning. Paul Sewald, really just a 4-seamer and a sweeper, and it's the way he uses them. So here we go, bottom of the 9th inning. Paul Sewald comes set. He will now face we're going to get Jorbit Vivas to pinch hit. Here's the pitch. Sidearm, and that's going to be a called strike, top part of the zone. It's no 1 count. Sewald, a good sidearm angle. Harry Ford going to be pinch hit for Jorbit Vivas here in the 9th. Vivas going to get the pinch hit opportunity. Will do. And the key to that line for the Diamondbacks is no walks. Exactly, Mr. C. Exactly, Mr. C. Here's the 0-1. And Vivas takes a fastball inside, ball 1, so it's a 1-1 count. I think getting up James Wood in this inning would be great. So 1-1 here, no outs. I know the rally cap doesn't look impressive, but you got to get a rally cap going. So do you 1-1. Here's a pitch from Sewald to Vivas. Vivas swinging a miss at a high fastball, and it's a 1-2 count. Not going to throw too hard, but that arm action and that movement is really good for Sewald. So it'll be 1-2 here. Sewald sets. The 1-2 to Jorbeat. Vivas swinging a miss on a high and in fastball, and Vivas is down swinging to get the bottom of the ninth going. So 1 out here, and that'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr. now. Louis to face a righty. Goes high and in to Vivas, who just can't hit it. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the ninth. So Louis will hit now, and Mr. C is correct that Garcia Jr., the line is no walks and only 2 in the game. The pitch to Louis. Louis swinging a fly ball! Deep right field, going back his right fielder Carroll. He makes the catch for out number 2. Louis got every piece of that one, but it doesn't get out of here, and that's out number 2. Louis crushed it and even pimped it a little bit too. He dropped his bat behind him and celebrated a little bit. He thought he had it. He didn't, though, so there's 2 outs, and the last hope for the Nationals will be Nasim Nunez here with 2 outs. Looks like that wind is blowing heavily. The flags are blowing, so the wind may be blowing in. Some balls aren't getting out of here. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth, and we're going to get a mound visit right here from the pitching coach to talk to Sewald after getting the first 2. He'll face Nunez now. So it looks like Keibert Ruiz will get a pinch hit opportunity. Keibert Ruiz will pinch hit here with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Ruiz to hit from the left side right here. That was so close. Yes, very close that time. So Keibert, we're going to pinch hit opportunities talking to James Wood. When you talk to James Wood, maybe he teaches you a few things. This season, Keibert Ruiz has been better than other seasons. Maybe only 7 home runs, but he's getting limited time because he's splitting time with a lot of different guys forward when he was up here. Millis. Don't think Adams been up here yet, but over 212 at-bats. He's hitting 274, 7 home runs, 35 runs driven in. Sewald sets. First pitch here to Keibert Ruiz from Sewald. Here's the pitch. Ruiz takes the fastball inside. Ball 1, it's a 1-0 count. 1-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Something from Ruiz right here would be great. Let's get a hold of a ball right here. Just put a ball in play. Hit a single. Get James Wood up. Whatever you want right here. Ruiz getting on base here would be great, though. It would be a 1-0 Ruiz. Here's the pitch to Keibert. Ruiz takes a fastball in there, called strike 1 at 92 miles an hour, and it will be a 1-1. Let's go. We're up to 740 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber getting us up to 740. It's a pinch hitter. Ruiz, over 36 plate appearances, hit 324. Pinch hitting. Here's the 1-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and fouls this one back, and the Nationals are now down to their last strike here. It'll be on Keibert Ruiz to try to keep this one going. Keibert's had a better season this year than he has in the past. I really like that. The fact that the improvement came from playing less. So to be a 1-2 from Sewald to Ruiz. Here's the pitch. Ruiz swinging a ground ball. This is towards the second baseman Marte. He fields. Fires to first in time over to Vargas for out number 3. And the Diamondbacks take this first one by a score of 3-2. So that will end the game, everybody. Nationals lose 3-2. So that will end it, everybody. Final score, Diamondbacks 3 and the Nationals 2. And Paul Sewald comes in, a surefire closer for save number 24 on the year in his 26th attempt. And that is how we're going to end it, everybody. That will end the game. Final score, 3-2. Good game. See you next stream. Thank you so much, AR. Thank you for tuning in, man. And thanks for being respectful about rooting for your team. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We'll head over here, but man, just ending's not good. Sometimes you just want to win. You want to win really, really badly. Sid says good game. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. GG's, yeah. 3-2 final. This offense just couldn't really get moving besides the Dylan Cruz 2-run home run. You had opportunities. You had runners at second and third in that 6th inning. You had runners at second and third in the first with only 1 out that time. No outs in 1 out with runners at second and third. No outs when they were on base. There were chances for this National squad. Mr. C says good stream. Thank you so much, Mr. C, for tuning in. And once again, thank you so much for the tickets to the Nationals game. Thank you so much, Mr. C. Really appreciate it. It was cinema. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game. A full 9 of good action, and the Nationals bullpen actually did pretty well. Cosgrove, Rebalta, and Kranick don't give up any runs. And you save Crook for tomorrow. You have Beater for tomorrow if you need him. Cornelio's ready to go. Tomorrow you got Cade Cavalli taking the mound. Or actually, no, it's Foster Griffin. You got Fred taking the mound tomorrow. Fred's ready to go tomorrow. But that is how we're going to end it. Just not good by the Washington Nationals. 3-2. Zach Littell takes the loss. He's down to 7-8. Rodriguez gets the win. He's up to 9-3. But good game. I feel like both sides. Carson Palmquist, I don't know if we should keep doing the opener strategy. 1 1/3, 2 hits, 2 runs. I don't think we should be doing the opener strategy anymore. It is just raising his ERA. He was decent out of the bullpen. Littell works 5, 4 hits, 1 run. And Littell, it is obvious. The numbers show he does better when he's a reliever. Then we need to try with someone else. Try with Crook. We have Kranick, or go to Rebalta. Try with one of them. Maybe a righty doing it may actually help. So I think it's really important you find the opener because these guys work better when they work out of the bullpen. So a guy like Zach Littell, who does better when he works out of the bullpen, you don't want to accommodate him, I'd say. He does well. You're playing to his strengths. And Carson Palmquist, his strength may not be opening at the major league level. So you got to play these guys' strengths, and maybe Carson Palmquist ends up being a mid-inning guy in the 6th or 7th, 8th inning, a guy you see a lot, but just can't get the win this time. And they will be back at it tomorrow where they'll try to get the win on Saturday, and they'll be back on it Sunday. We'll be back on the mic Sunday probably. Saturday we cannot. I'm going to the Phillies game on Saturday, so members, check out for some exclusive photos, but I'll be posting updates on Instagram as well. But a member short and post to be out there. More of a reason to join District Nation. Get updates. You get to see cool stadiums. So that is where we're going to end it, everybody. Let's get ready to redirect right here. If anyone has any final thoughts, they can throw them down in the chat if they want to. But that ends the game. The offense really couldn't get moving in this one. The offense couldn't find anything to get going. Pretty sad, honestly, that you can't get that one going. We'll get ready for a redirect right here, everybody, to another live stream right here of people doing play-by-play. We'll get you ready for that. Get you moving on to another stream. So there you go, everybody. Let's get you set up for another stream. Let's go over here. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, though. It was a good game. It was a good game. Fun to watch. You do lose, but it was a fun, enjoyable game. I feel like it was cinema. Like you said, there's a little cinema involved. So we're going to head over to Pure Adrenaline Sports right here. We're going to have the PAS. Head over to him. Tell him, or I put the wrong one in. I put the vertical. Head over to Pure Adrenaline Sports. Tell him District Nation sent you. He will say hi to you. He is calling the Mets, and that is the Mets and Dodgers right now. So pretty good action. Head over to Pure Adrenaline Sports, everybody. I will see you soon. Enjoyed the stream. Thanks. Thank you for tuning in, Liger Leaf, and thank you so much for joining Districts Nation. Thank you so much for helping out the channel even more. Thank you so much for tuning in. So that's going to end, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you soon right here on District Nation. Hopefully this Sunday when we cover Nationals Diamondbacks. We will not be on the mic tomorrow. Find someone else to support in the meantime. We're going to redirect to Pure Adrenaline Sports for now. I will see you soon right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in.
This has been a broadcast of Sports Live play-by-play on District Nation, YouTube's home of DC Sports, home of the most Nationals, Wizards, and Commanders content. Brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. We'll see you soon, right here on District Nation.